Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Would gulped down her breakfast, shut the fridge and joined the throng. Margaret Beatty snatched the milk and scanned the news and went along. Annie Harris drew the curtain, screwed her eyes up, had a peep, saw the marchers, heard their voices making early morning noises, stumbled back to bed and tried to sleep. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we've rearranged your world, we're gonna change your world. Shuffling through the cold black morning went the marchers, spirits low, grunting greetings, grimly pressing on to where they had to go. When the sun came up, they brightened, stopped to have their thermos brew. Annie Harris got up gladly, pondered for a little sadly, then got on with what she had to do. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we've rearranged your world, we're gonna change your world. At their target numbers swollen, up the marchers' banners go, chanting, shouting out with leaflets, protest for everyone to know. Sit in front of all the traffic, harried, busy, shopping wives, try to stir their ostrich notions, whip them up to wild emotions, put some fire into their wretched lives. So come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change your world. Shirley Wood was dragged, still sitting by a policeman from the road. Margaret Beatty had her face slapped by a man she tried to goad. Annie Harris in the office paused in typing, thought of Don, glanced again at his last letter, died for others to live better, brushed away a tear and carried on. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change. Come with us, run with us, we're gonna change the world. You'll be amazed, so full of praise. When we rearrange your world, we're gonna change.
Come with us, run with us. It's the theme tune to the show, guys. It's the new theme tune to the show. It's Matt Monro. I don't need to tell the kid. Whoa, hey, steady on. Whoa, hang on. That's going into every kind of people.
Some master mixing.
No. I've set my... Because here's the thing on iTunes, OK? It normally leaves massive, huge gaps between the songs. Mm-hmm. So if I want to play the end medley on side 2 of the Beatles album Abbey Road...
And why wouldn't you?
Of course. It leaves gaps. You've got to have it so it kind of crossfades. You can't just have it immediatement. Good evening, dear listener. Welcome to the last Friday. It was the last Friday before Christmas, and everybody was quiet, even the mice were. And this is the Late Night Alternative. My name is Iain Lee. You're Catherine Boyle.
Yeah.
You're listening to us on Talk Radio. You can download the app. You can listen on DAB. You can listen online at talkradio.co.uk. And goddamn it, there are 358 of you sending me all different coloured hearts via Periscope. If you want to watch the show, periscope.tv/Iain Lee. I should let you know I have broken my tripod.
That's not a euphemism.
No. So you are looking up my nose, and if you are looking, if gentlemen, maybe even some of the ladies, 2017. Are looking for a bit of eye candy to maybe, I don't know, have a Christmas crack or two. I'm afraid you can't see Catherine.
Oh.
She's over there. Sorry about that, guys. I can only apologise. So tonight's show's going to be slightly different. The way this show normally works is people phone in, you'll speak to Simon or whoever it is this is answering the phone. Seems to be a different person every other day. I don't know why. And they will get your name and number and call you straight back. Tonight, it is 3 hours of calls straight to air. What that means is we don't call you back. I am in charge of the phones. I have 10 lines in front of me, and at random I pick a line, and I go like this. I go, for example, line 1, you're on the wireless.
Again.
Unlucky for me, it was Alan Caddick, but you just don't know who you're going to get these days. Good evening, Alan.
How are you, boss?
I'm very well. Have you fallen down a hole?
No, I've got your loudspeaker. I'll turn it off.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Come on, you know better than this, Cad.
Why would you have us on loudspeaker?
Because I was going to play an audio clip on the master.
Oh, okay, right.
Mr. Fox.
Okay. Hello. Okay, it doesn't always work. Let's be honest. We can't get it right every time. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Thank you upstairs tonight.
Thank you very much indeed. And that, I think, sums up the angst of a lot of people on the Friday before Christmas. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello, line 3.
Hi. I just wanted to ring to find out, have you got anywhere to go on Christmas Day for lunch? Because I'm a bit worried about your skin and bones after what you've been through the last few weeks.
Are you offering somewhere for me to go?
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to make it, even if you wanted to.
No, I could make it. I could make it to Swansea. Yeah, if you're offering, yeah.
But you have got a place to go.
No, but if you're offering, then that might be better than what I've got. So, are you inviting me over to Swansea?
No, I'm going.
I'll get stuffed then. That was that's what we used to call in the olden days a PT, and now we've got young listeners. We can't say what a PT is.
But that was a total PT.
That was a total PT. Let's go to line 4. 4, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Hello, line 4.
Line 4, Iain Lee?
Yes?
Iain Lee, it's me, mate. It's Waseem.
Hey, Waseem, would you like to turn your radio off, Waseem?
Yeah, sorry, mate. It's just I'm on the Periscope at the moment, and I can hear you on there.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
Yes, remember me? Brother Desi, John He.
Yes, I remember you, yes.
Yeah, I thought I'd pick up from yesterday about the relationship with God.
Oh, yes. Oh, God. Yeah, yes. You want to know what my relationship with God is?
Yeah. I want to know what your relationship with God is like, because I think a key component of mental health, of dealing with mental health, is, I think personally, if you've got a good relationship with God, I think you really go along helping a person, personally.
Okay, well, I'm glad that works for you personally, but there are lots of people who have a relationship with God who are nuts.
Yeah. A lot of people have basically taken the wrong meaning out of religions. Interpretation of religion.
Yeah, but there are people who are into religion and God who blow themselves up. But then on the other extreme, there are also people who are into religion and God who are depressed, who are anxious, who are socially awkward, who are.
I think no religion teaches that kind of stuff. People interpret religion in that way, unfortunately, and. But
I personally don't think that having a relationship with God, listen, it might work for some people in their mental health, but I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Okay. Oh, all right, okay, mate. Are you not Christian then, or do you not believe in God?
I'm not a Christian, no.
All right, so I don't mean to be intrusive, mate.
No, I'm being very deliberate with my answers, because I am very deliberate with my words, and I choose my words very, very carefully. So no, I am not a Christian. I do not believe in a God with a capital G. But I
Okay.
I probably consider that there is such a thing as a higher power. How's about that?
Yeah, well, whatever works for you, mate. I think, at the end of the day, there's no compulsion in any religion. You should believe in whatever you want to believe in.
Thank Christ for that.
There is
a joke.
Whoever says there's compulsion in religion is full of crap, mate.
Yes.
It's all of the choice. Yeah, and I want to know, is Catherine related to Frankie Boyle?
Well, why don't you ask her?
Can I ask her?
Hello, Waseem. Did you have a question for me?
Yes, Catherine. I was wondering, are you related to Frankie Boyle by any chance?
Probably distantly, but not immediately. I couldn't ring him up.
Thanks for calling, Waseem. Very awkward start to the show this evening. Very awkward.
If you've got the same surname, you probably are somehow related.
Well, we all know that Christopher Lee is my grandfather, as someone wanted to know on Twitter. Waseem went in with a really strong question there, and then all the follow-ups seemed to be very weak. The question was, what is your relationship with God? That's a great question. It's a great question. But then didn't seem to have the conviction to follow it through with anything that was particularly meaningful, or I gave a very deliberate answer, and he kind of took that as the end of the conversation. I was up for having a full-on chat about the whole thing. But,
well, it's early days in your relationship with Waseem.
Yes.
Maybe he'll come back another day.
0344 499 1000. Good evening, Line 5. You're on the wireless.
Good evening, Ian. It's Jamie from Croydon.
Hello, Jamie from Croydon.
Well done on your jungle stint.
Thank you very much indeed.
Amazing.
Thank you.
We voted for you. My family voted for you.
Oh, nice one, man. Thank you very much indeed.
I don't know if you remember who I am. I'm the guy that I was ill and I did something silly and you phoned 999 and you all helped me. I took a load of pills.
I do remember. We didn't dial 999, did we, Catherine?
I think through Twitter. We managed to find people who knew you.
I do remember. Hey, man, how long ago was that? 6 months ago?
No, it's longer than that. I think it's nearly a year now.
Is it? I was surprised to find it was... who was it who died in February? Because they were saying, and such died in February. And I was thinking, God, no, that was 3 months ago. Someone, Anyway, all right, well, how you doing, man? You're still alive, that's a bonus.
I thought I'd phone and just give you an update.
Yeah, go on.
Let you know that everything's brilliant. Finally found my medication that was right for me.
Did you find God? Let's try and put Waseem's theory to the test. Did you find God?
No.
Nuts. Okay.
That didn't happen.
No. Okay.
But the right meds.
The right meds, and they're brilliant. It's just life's good again. I've been back at work for about 6 months now, and
I remember exactly who you are. We spoke on the air, and then on Twitter it all got a little bit messy, didn't it? After the show, it was after the show on Twitter, and I was trying to find. I know exactly. I've got you, Jamie. I've got you, brother.
I didn't know all this was going on because I was unconscious down an alley somewhere.
Yeah. You were in a terrible state, mate. Oh, well, I'm glad you're alive, and I'm glad you're sounding all right. Yeah,
just want to thank you again and apologise again. I don't know where my head was or why I did that.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Life is brilliant. I'm loving it again.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, listen, there you go. That's positive. That's a positive old thing, because we were worried about you, and that was one of the positive moments on Twitter of 2017, was saving your life, you pudding.
Really grateful for everyone, and thank you for everything. And what's going to happen to you now with your career?
Who knows? There's going to be some silly bits and pieces happening, and some little TV things will happen in the new year. I'm doing GMTV for a couple of weeks. I might be doing the One Show. I've got a little chat with the One Show today. But this, can I just say, because I know Catherine is worried about this. This is my job. My job is doing the radio, and everything else is what I believe they used to call about 15 years ago gravy. So everything else is gravy. This is my job, okay? And this will come first.
Took off more, and you did end up giving this up. We'd all forgive you for.
But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Any TV work I get, I'm going to make sure I can fit in around this. I'm doing GMTV for 2 weeks, and I'll be doing this as well, because I think I can do it for 2 weeks and just about pull it off and not die. But this is my job. I love this job, and fingers crossed. I'm going to be here for a little while longer. So, you know...
the shows reflect that you love it, you know what I mean? The shows are brilliant.
It's my passion, man. It's my absolute passion.
I love it.
Thank you, Jamie.
So, and get well, Missy, because I know she's poorly. So,
what is this? We're turning into bloody Ken Bruce here.
Missy was the one that stepped in for Jamie. Missy was the
Oh, okay. Oh, in that case, Missy, get well then, yeah.
Yeah.
Jamie, I'm going to cut you off.
Love you guys, bye.
Cheers, ta-ta.
Bye, Jamie.
Let's take one more and then we'll have a break. Line 6, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello, line 6, you're on the wireless.
I got a couple of things to say. The first one is thank you for supporting mental health, because I suffer with myself, and you've been big support.
Absolute
me
pleasure.
And others. Also, I got two other things. The first one is you play video games on your own to, you know, soothe your mental health. What video games do you play?
I play, what am I playing? It's funny because I've not played it for a while. I've been watching my boys play the bloody awful Lego games, which I absolutely hate. I play, I like Halo Wars, but like old Halo Wars. I like, the new Resident Evil and, Zelda.
Oh, yes. Very good games.
Good games. Classics. Classics.
My other thing is, what was...
Go on.
Oh, yeah, what does the Samaritans do? Because I've been suffering quite hard recently.
Yeah.
And I was just wondering what to do.
Samaritans are brilliant, right? I'll give you the number in a minute, and it's free. And the Samaritans, they can't give you advice. They can't tell you what to do. All they are is someone anonymous that will listen. So you phone up, and it will be a voice will go, man or woman will go, "Hello, Samaritans. Would you like to tell me your name?" And I'm paraphrasing slightly because I've not had the training. And you can either give them your real name, or you can give them a fake name, or you can say, "I don't want to give you your name." And they'll say something like, "Well, what have you called up to say?" And you can tell those guys absolutely anything you want. And you can tell them that you want to kill yourself. You can tell them that you're feeling miserable. You can tell them that, you can tell them anything. And they don't know your phone number. They don't know where you are. And they cannot... The conversation you have is between you and them and nobody else.
All right.
And if you want to hang up at any point, because I know it can be a bit nervy on the phone, just put the phone down and they won't be offended. It's brilliant.
Okay.
The number for anyone who wants it is 116123. 116123, and it's free, and they're brilliant, and they save people's lives. It's amazing.
Yeah, because I've just been quite miserable recently.
Give them a call. Give them a call, man.
Yeah, I will. Awesome, thank you.
Nice one, fella.
Caden, by the way.
All right, Ken, take care, man.
All right, see ya.
Thanks, bye-bye. Merry Christmas. Just come on. Merry Christmas. Call straight to air tonight. It can be anything. You can phone up and you can have a chat. You can phone up and make fart noises. You can phone up. The one thing I will say is don't swear, don't be libelous, because I have a dump button here, which will... Anyway, maybe we'll play around with the dump button later on to try and show it to new listeners how it works. I'm Iain Lee. She is Catherine Boyle. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Unfiltered night talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I've got to say, because some of the newer callers are upset when I cut them off. That's just the way it is, okay? It doesn't mean that I'm bored of you. I know it can seem a little bit rude. It's because I don't have a fade. And in the olden days, I would fade you down and then thank you and then cut you off. But I don't have that capacity. So to save the embarrassment of thanks for calling. Oh, no, thanks, man. No, you're right. Thanks. I just pressed the button that cuts you off. So please don't take it personally.
It happens to everyone.
Happens to absolutely everybody. I know Waseem is a little bit upset with me for that, but it's just the way it happens. Hey, listen to this. This is good. Listen to this. It's a good bit of music, isn't it?
Hell yeah, what's this?
Cliff Nobles and Co., The Horse. This is from 1968. Instrumental. It's a great little bit of music, isn't it? We'll have some tracks like this playing underneath the show tonight. Call straight to air 0344 499 1000. I've been listening. I don't like Bob Dylan, as you know, but I've been listening to a 27-hour audiobook about Bob Dylan in the 70s and the 80s. I've only got 11 hours of it to go. A lot of it is quite boring, but I'm fascinated by Bob Dylan's... Bob Dylan becoming a born-again Christian in 1979. I find it fascinating. And he released 3 Christian albums. One, Slow Train Coming, an album called Saved, which I remember I had on cassette at the age of 10, which may be why I don't like Bob Dylan, and another album called Shot of Love. And they are, I mean, they're let me play you, this will blow your mind, right? This is Bob Dylan's, let's see if we can find Bob Dylan. And he became a proper born-again Christian. He believes the word of the Bible. He believes in revelations. I think that means he's a creationist. I think Bob Dylan is a creationist. He thinks the world is only 3,000 years old. He certainly believes that Jesus will come back and will smite. But listen to this. This is...
I was blinded by the devil, born already ruined, stone cold dead as I stepped out of the womb. By his grace I have been touched, by his word
he means every word of this.
Yeah.
Here we go.
By his spirit I've been sealed, I've been saved. By the blood of the Lamb.
Isn't it? This is one of the better Bob Dylan Christian songs.
Yeah. See, it's that bit at the beginning there about original sin I have a problem with, and I suppose from that point they lost me.
Yeah. Oh, but he believes the Bible is... But he would then go on tour in 79 through to about 83, and everyone would expect, I ain't going to work on Maggie's farm no more and Blowing in the Wind, and he would just play a gospel set. He'd just play a full-on gospel set. It's the weirdest, and I'm fascinated by it. Absolutely fascinated by his religious period. Not the music so much, but just by the fact that he would make that conversion.
I suppose he got to a point where he's made enough money, so now he's doing it for himself.
Well, yeah. But then the records tanked, and so he started going back to being oblique. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're doing this a little bit differently tonight. For those of you who are new to the show, we do this once in a while. You can call in about absolutely anything, and your calls will go straight to air. For example, line 7, you're on the wireless.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Well, I'm very well, David Frost. Thank you very much indeed for asking. How are you?
Very good, yeah. God, good orderly direction. That's what I like to throw out.
There we go. Yes, that works. It was David Frost, wasn't it? What did David Frost... Hello, good evening and welcome to the David Frost Show.
Well, yeah, and the two Ronnies, they used to say it on that as well.
Oh, they did, didn't they? No, what? No, they used...
Good night from me.
And good night from him. Good night. That's what they would do. No one has a...
One of my favourite songs is by them, the one that goes... When you're down, try positive thinking. You know that one?
That's by the two Ronnies?
Yeah, they sing that.
I thought it was Morecambe and Wise.
Oh, well, OK, I'm getting them all mixed up.
I may be wrong. Hang on, let me look it up.
Google it.
We're going to Google it.
I am. I'm Googling it. Song. Right, here we go. Boom. Let me see.
Hang on a minute. Here we go.
Yeah, Morecambe and Wise.
Here we go.
Oh,
you mean yes? You mean this bad boy? Hang on. Here we go. Hang on. There we go.
Ooh.
What was the Cannon and Ball song we used to play? Cannon and Ball did a really good... Oh, this... Hang on a minute. You talk about comedians doing songs. Have a listen to this. This is great. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Laugh me a laugh, grin me a grin, and then I know that we can win. Dance me a dance, joke me a joke, and blow the clouds away. You gotta play me a tune, or sing me a song, and we can help us life along. Just you and me, come on and see, together we'll be okay.
That's a great song. Anyway, sorry, Amanda, what would you like to say this evening?
Oh, you remembered my name. I didn't even tell you.
No, well, I'm going to let you into a secret. It's on the screen. The computer stores the names, I'm afraid. I can only apologise.
Right, it's a
Yes.
clever computer. Anyway, can I read the Desiderata? It'll take 3.5 minutes.
The what?
Desiderata, it's a poem.
No.
Oh.
No, you can't. A 3.5 minute long poem on the radio? Oh, gosh, no!
Okay.
Why? But I tell you what you can do. You can tell us why you wanted to read it to us and why it means so much. And then the listener can go off and find it themselves.
Okay, well, I can post it on my Twitter.
Post it on your Twitter. Why does it mean so much to you?
Well, it's inspirational. It's almost like a list of things to live by. It talks about avoiding aggressive people.
Yes.
It talks about speaking quietly and clearly. It talks about looking at your own achievements and not comparing yourself with others. It talks about being grateful for your own job and work and not, what...
What's the? There's a book, isn't there? There's a slight, and I had a great therapist once who was a very brilliant American gentleman, but he was way too expensive, so I had to stop seeing him. But he would recommend these kind of hippy-dippy books that would I would turn my nose up, and then I'd go and read them and go, oh yeah, fair play, that's all right. And we've mentioned it on the show before. Have you read The 4 Agreements?
Oh, yeah, I know that
It's
one,
good, that book, isn't it? And it's basically, I can't remember what they are, but it's 4 sort of really basic rules that you're supposed, that if you live by, then you'll be happy, you'll be content. And so it's like, you don't tell lies. Well, I can't remember what the other, if anyone knows, I'm not going to Google it. Let's ban Google this evening. If anyone knows what the 4 agreements are, then 03444991000, because I remember reading it and going, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's all shrouded in this pseudo, these are passed down by gods and all that kind of rubbish, but the actual message of it I thought was all right.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, well, take what you like and leave the rest.
Thank you.
It's not compulsory.
It's like a Chinese buffet.
Yeah. Pork ribs, that's what I would take.
Oh, here's the thing about those Chinese buffets, or eat all you can for $6.95. The food isn't very nice on them, is there? You get them in London quite a lot, and I used to go in and go, oh look, all you can eat, $9.95. We'll have some of that. And then you go in, and the food was not. I tell you what was great, of course, Catherine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking of?
Wings
restaurant in Hull. That's where it was a round the world buffet. It had about, I'm going to say, 2,000 dishes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Get this, Amanda. You paid before you saw the food.
Yep.
There was like a sort of entrance hall, and you had to stand behind a rope, and you pay like you're queuing up for a club.
Yep.
And then once you'd paid, and I can't remember what was it each.
It was 24 quid or something each, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it was about 15.
Oh, maybe it was. Maybe 15.
Anyway, so then you pay, and then you go down the steps, and what you see is like, do you remember the Love Boat?
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like a big
yeah.
cruise ship kind of setup, wasn't it? Like, so
Yep.
a massive
Yep.
dining hall.
Yep.
But there was food.
There were lots of handsome men, too.
Wow.
I was there, Amanda.
Oh, well.
So there was
well.
certainly one.
And there was food from all over the place. And there were also, get this, there was a security detail
Yeah,
to make
yeah.
sure no one was sharing all-you-can-drink drinks.
Oh, dear.
And apparently, if you were caught sharing an all-you-can-drink, you would be ejected from the premises.
Oh,
we were laughing about it, and
Yeah.
the person in front
They-
said, no, don't laugh, it happens.
They take it very, very seriously in there, Amanda, so do be careful. But if anyone goes to Wings in Hull, please mention us, and hopefully we can get black cards for future. It's worth travelling to Hull just to go to
It's
Wings.
such an experience.
It really was amazing.
I do want to travel to that area, but for, what is it called? The chicken and cheese sauce thing? Peri something?
Peri? Nando's? They have Nando's.
No. No, Nando's is South African. I used to live there. Love Nando's. No, Paddy Nano. It's chicken and breadcrumbs and a cheese sauce.
Hang on a
What's it
second.
called?
Let's go back.
Parimano.
Let's go back.
What do the people on
I
Periscope
thought
say? Bet you they are.
I thought Nando's was Portuguese.
No.
It's
No,
South African.
Well, it started Mozambique. It's Mozambican food that started in
Okay.
South African. Portuguese Mozambique.
Hang on a minute, is me going to Nando's then the same as me playing Sun City? Because I've taken a very strong stance against playing Sun City.
You have? Why?
Well, because of apartheid. I'm not going to play Sun City until they've got rid of apartheid.
Well, good news.
Yep.
They got rid of it.
I've just turned down a $50,000 engagement at Sun City because I thought they still had apartheid.
No.
Tom.
Sun City was the only place where people would go at one point because people were allowed to go there.
Not me and not
Anyone
Bruce
was-
Springsteen.
1979 I first went to Sun City.
You went to Sun City?
Yeah.
Wowzers.
I've been a few times.
Controversial.
No, it was awesome.
Did you see Queen
and the
there?
old apartheid. No.
Well, I think the argument about Sun City was that, yes, there wasn't apartheid there, but only it was exploitative because only very wealthy black South Africans could go there. And the majority of black South Africans could never afford to go there.
Yeah, that is true. But people who, had relationships were allowed to go there and openly kiss and hold hands and be together, which was awesome, which I loved. I loved it. I mean, I was only 10 back then, but I can remember it.
Amanda, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Tutty bye. 03444991000. Nice relaxed stroll through the phone lines tonight. We're taking calls straight to it. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
You can watch the show, periscope.tv/Iain Lee. Hello, guys. We've got about 300 people watching. I tell you what we might do tonight. We'll see how it goes, but maybe at about 12:30 or something, we'll do a Periscope love bomb. Should we do one of those?
Let's see.
I think the new listeners might dig that. It's a really nice little thing where we go on to Periscope and we find somebody who hasn't got many, or if any, viewers, and then we just all pile in and say how much we love them. And with the new listeners and new followers that we've got, we might get quite... I mean, normally we get up to about 100, 150 and it blows their minds. But we might get a little bit higher than that tonight. Have you seen, the programme Jeopardy?
Right, I've heard of it. I don't think I've ever watched it.
Well, it's. I tell you what, it's. You'll recognise the music. It's where this comes from.
Yeah.
So it's where that comes from. So that's the thinking music from Jeopardy, and it's where you choose categories, and you have to. You pick a category, and you get given the answer, and you have to come up with the question, right? So I saw on Facebook a very funny Jeopardy spoof. Where people have got far too much time on their hands, okay? I think this will work. I think this will work if we watch, without the video. You'll get the gag quite quickly, but it's all edited together.
This is Jeopardy!
So it's...
Introducing today's contestant.
It's all clips from Jeopardy.
Director of Semantic Technology from Charlottesville, Virginia, Jeff. An IT manager from Sharon, Massachusetts, Jeff.
They're all called Jeff.
And our returning champion, a bakery owner from Knoxville, Tennessee, Jeff, whose one-day cash winnings total $8,100.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Good champion in Jeff. And Jeff. Happy to welcome you to our program as well. Here are the categories. First off, Jeff, and Jeff.
Let's try Jeff for 200.
Jeff.
What is Jeff?
Yes.
Jeff for 400.
Jeff.
What is Jeff?
That's right.
Jeff for 600.
Jeff.
What is San Francisco?
No, Jeff.
What is Jeff?
Right again.
Jeff for 1,000.
Jeff. And that would be Jeff.
This is good, isn't it? I don't know why that made me laugh the other day.
Jeff.
Let's go to line one. Line one, you're on the wireless.
What? Hello?
Hello, you're on the air.
I've got the wrong number, sorry.
That's okay, mate, no worries. Okay, mate. Thanks for calling. Let's go to line two, you're on the wireless. Hello, line two. No? Okay, let's try line three. Line three, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Hello, line three.
Belushi.
Sorry?
Belushi.
Can you just either take the dick out of your mouth, or move your mouth ever so slightly away from the phone?
I am an expert in telephone communications, and I will not take any direction from someone just such as you. Now listen to me. I am Frank Belushi. You might have heard of me.
Frank Belushi doesn't ring any bells with me, Catherine, does it?
Yeah. You've mentioned me on your show.
Oh, yes, of course. You're that faux Derek Acora. What's his name?
David
Babcock.
David Babcock's ex-manager, and he came
Ex-manager, yes.
He came on and libelled you yesterday, and I think he said you're a terrible manager. You didn't get much work, and I think he hinted
Sex pest.
Sex pest, yeah.
Well, I think it was you that actually hinted at that.
You're going to have to just pull away from the mouthpiece ever so slightly, if that's okay.
Don't tell. You have done enough damage to my reputation, quite frankly, and I will not have you telling me how to use a phone. I use the phone every bloody day, right? And you need to listen. I am not a sex pest.
Okay, all right. Me think the lady doth protest too much.
No, you let that go out on your show, and therefore you are in the wrong.
Nope. We are.
Yes.
Well, no. The thing is, yes. If it had gone out and it were untrue, then it would be considered libel. You're correct. Yes.
It is untrue.
Okay.
Well.
I've been sent some documents, some photographs, an audio recording, and also some video of you in various compromising situations.
Very shaky ground.
Yes, some of it was filmed on shaky ground during an earthquake.
No, come on, old chap. No, we're not having this.
Okay. I can play some of the audio if you'd like.
Play it. Prove it's me. Prove it's me.
Okay. This I believe was recorded in a.
We should just put a warning out. If you are of a sensitive disposition, then listen away now.
Gets you so wet.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
I'm so horny. Right away.
Right, I'm not American.
I step in and close the door behind me.
Yeah, not me so far.
You look so hot, all wet and soaked with water.
No.
You hand me the soap.
No.
Rub it all over my body, you say.
Absolutely not.
And I take it, rubbing it all over your body.
No.
Your chest.
No, you'll have to do better than that, old chap.
Or your tits.
Okay, right, I'll do.
Well, that's another one. Ding.
Okay.
Another one.
Okay, this is another one.
In my balls.
No,
there we go.
Old chap.
Okay.
Broadcast law must have been, how do you get away with this?
Well, because this is the stuff that we have been sent, and I have had it. I have it on good authority that this is. Here you go. Here's another one. This is you.
Oh yeah, right there. Right. Oh, yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Dirty boy. Yes. Absolutely not. Yes. Get away from me. Yes. No. Dirty. Pure filth. No. Say, you're in a well and you're digging deeper. You're digging deeper, lad.
Is that a euphemism?
I've heard that before.
It's not a euphemism. Listen, you're on very shaky ground. I have lawyers that could tear shreds off you.
Thank you very much for calling. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello, line 2, you're on the air.
Hi there. I'd like to make a connection between Matt Monroe, please, and a Brummie's Guide to Alternative Travel in Great Britain.
Please do. This sounds like an excellent connection to be made. Go.
Right. By train, by car, or by bus, proceed to Mallaig in Scotland.
Yes.
At Mallaig, get off the train.
Yes.
Get a fishing boat, which you can do, for, I think it's £10.
Yes.
To Inverary.
Okay.
Which is the Knoydart Peninsula, which is Britain's wildest place.
Yes.
There is one pub there where there are mad hippies that sing all night.
Yes.
And you can also take your children to a corner of the Knoydart Peninsula where there is nothingness.
Yes.
Sit on a summer's evening and watch killer whales swim past while singing born free as the wind blows. Would that be good?
I've got no idea what that was about. I've got no idea what that was about at all. Have you?
That sounds like a good holiday.
Was I missing a pun or something? I was waiting for
Monroe sang Born Free.
I know, I got that much.
That was the connection.
I wouldn't want to watch Killer Whales. I don't endorse that sort of thing. That was... well...
There's no... what are the seals?
Let's take a break.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
03444991000 is the phone number. Call straight to air this evening. You can phone in about absolutely anything you want. I think everyone's feeling a little skittish with schools have finished, work has finished. It's Christmas now. Really, it's Christmas weekend. So people are feeling a little bit odd, a little bit out there. So we thought we would take calls straight to air. And these shows are normally the weirdest. It's been a strange old week, hasn't it, Catherine Boyle?
Yes.
But tonight I think is going to surpass all of that.
I mean, so far,
yes.
I think that last call's my favourite for quite a while.
Yeah, I think so. Let's try line 10. 10, you're on the wireless.
Oh my God, this is scary. Am I actually through?
Yeah, you're actually through, yeah.
Darren, I'm on the radio.
Darren!
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 Hold on a sec, he's coming up here. Hold on, Darren, say hi, we're actually on the radio.
Darren! Darren!
Hi. I was coming to ask your advice. It's a really serious matter. So last night we were doing Elf on the Shelf cast through. We run out of ideas.
I've just done it.
Oh, he's just done it apparently. But what would you have done?
Hang on a minute.
Elf on the Shelf.
What's Elf on the Shelf? Oh, where would you put it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I would...
There's two little naughty elves for my trio. They have to be appropriate to
we haven't done Elf on the Shelf this year. Well, Darren, where have you done it?
So they basically just had a little dinner party. So the two of them are sat there, they're having some crisps, got a little drink, and they've got their napkin tucked in. I thought it was quite a nice little idea.
It was lovely. You don't need any help with this. You got it.
You got it spot on. That's perfect.
Take all the credit, but I've done it for the last 23 days.
I know, and it gets exhausting, doesn't it? This year we've got one of those little light boxes, so mine leaves clues on the light box as to where he is.
Very clever.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, Iain, I have to ask you, is Toff always posh?
Yeah, Toff is always posh. What you see is what you get. We just watched a little bit of Toff on Channel 4. She was on Channel 4 before we came on.
I love her, but does she ever lose the accent? The poshness?
No, she's posh. She's posh. I met her mum and I met her gran as well, who are both delightful
people. Her mum
people.
isn't as posh, is she?
Her mum is not as posh, no, but...
yeah, I noticed that on the programme,
yeah. But no, Toff is always like that, and she's absolutely delightful. And I see, well, I've read online, so it must be true, that she's taken over from Rylan on this morning, which is exciting. Good for her.
Good for her. She deserves it.
She does deserve it. I'm so... Everyone... not everyone. I've had a few people saying, oh, you should have won it. No. I should have come third, and Toff should have won it. It happened exactly the way it was meant to happen, and I couldn't have wished for a better person to win it.
I agree. And I also want to thank you for bringing awareness to anxiety and depression. I've just gotten over a severe dose of postnatal depression, so it's good for people about it.
So you're feeling all right now? Well, don't get involved with the Elf on the Shelf then. That's going to drag you back down.
Got an amazing husband.
No.
Darren! Well, listen.
Someone can pick me up.
Have a lovely Christmas, you guys.
Merry Christmas.
Take care. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. What nice people. Let's go to line 3. 3, you're on the wire now. That's not very... We dumped that. You heard that on Periscope. You wouldn't have heard that at home. That's not very nice. That's not very nice at all. Line 1, you're on the wireless. Hello, line 1.
You dingo donut challenge questions are pulled out of dingo, whatever his name is, Keith's arse.
Oh.
Can you not see we are battered? We are bruised. We are poor celebrities stuck in the jungle. All we want are some marshmallows or something. Although I'm not entitled to the treat today because I stole strawberries and cream yesterday. I want to see the data on these because I don't think anybody was up.
I agreed. Those questions were fixed. Apparently, they came from like a magazine, but those questions were bullshit. And it was like, what percentage of men would prefer tea and biscuits over sex? Is it 46% or is it 52%? So you do in those dingo dollar challenges. They could last like 2 hours.
Wait, what kind of biscuits?
They could last like 2 hours, and you do it, and then you'd get a stupid question like that you had absolutely no. That was me showing off there. I remember that one because.
That then was you showing off, right?
Well, they would get me in and say, Ian, would you like to talk about the dingo dollar? I go, yes, I bloody well would.
Idiot.
Sorry, line 2. You're on the wireless.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas, Mr. Lee!
Merry Christmas? Is that Father Christmas?
It certainly is. Wow. Or Santa Claus to our American cousins.
How are you you getting ready for a very busy weekend?
I am indeed. It's going to be very busy, and would you believe it, I don't get paid overtime.
Well, I know. You only work 1 day a year, mate. Fair play.
Well, fair enough, yes. You're quite right there. Now, the reason I'm calling, Ian, is because you haven't been writing to me lately. I've not been receiving your wish list.
You're right. I've been busy this year, Father Christmas. That's why I've not been able to do it.
Right. Now, while I've got you here on the telephone,
yes.
Is there anything on your wish list that you'd like?
Well, I'd really like a PS4.
That's splendid. For a second there, I thought you were going to say world peace. That would be terrible, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, no. No, I'm very dull. No, I'd much rather have a PlayStation, please.
No, you wouldn't want X-ray specs?
No, PlayStation.
Fair enough, fair enough. I've got a question for you whilst I got you here.
Yes, of course, Father Christmas.
Now, a lot of great Christmas songs have been playing in the workshop just lately, and one or two of them stand out as being a little bit rubbish. What is your least favourite Christmas song?
That is a really good question. I don't really like, apart from the Mel and Kim version, Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. I don't really like that one.
Right. You're not a fan of that?
Not really, no. What's your least favourite?
Well, this may be a little bit controversial, but it's the song by Queen, Thank God It's Christmas.
I've never heard of it.
Yes, you have.
Exactly.
No, I haven't.
Exactly.
How does it go?
Thank God it's Christmas.
That sounds absolutely bobbins.
Well, there you go. You see, you've got an excellent band in Queen.
Yes.
You know, they've written all sorts.
Yes.
Scaramouche, Scaramouche, would you do a fandango?
What's the... I tell you what I quite like, and the thing is, we stopped including new Christmas songs in our Christmases about 30 years ago. So Last Christmas by Wham was one of the last. But I really liked The Darkness's Christmas song.
Don't Let the Bells End?
Oh,
yeah. That's good, that one.
Don't let the bells end. Yes, it's very good. Very good, yes.
Yes, yeah.
I do like that one.
Okay. Well,
What?
Thanks for calling, Father Christmas.
That's not a problem. I'll have a look and a rummage around and see if I can find you a PS4.
Thank you very much indeed. Well, that was nice. A call from the big man himself.
That's me what I wanted.
No, he's checked his list twice, and you ain't on that one.
Naughty again.
Line 1.
Be on hold.
This is beautiful. Really sums up. This really sums up for me what Christmas is all about. Migraines.
Bleeding eardrums.
My bleeding eardrums. Should we take one more call before we go to the news?
Just one.
Just one. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Alexa, who is Ian Lee? Ian Somerville Lee was an Australian first-class cricketer who represented Victoria mostly during the 1930s.
Blimey, you're old.
Thanks very much indeed. Spot on, though. Let's try this one. Line 1. 1, you're on the wireless. Hello?
I like apples.
Do you like pens? Because if you like pens and apples, then you'd be the pen apple guy. Remember him?
Pen, pineapple, apple pen.
Was it pineapples? I liked him. Was it pen, pineapple? There we go. He's great, that guy. This is, I don't know. It's too many versions to find.
Google it.
What?
Google it at home.
Yeah, Google it at home.
We haven't got time for this.
Line 2, you're on the wireless. No, you've got to be quicker than that, guys. Line 3, you are on the wireless.
Ian, have you still got Velvet?
I've still got Velvet the cat, yes. The first thing, when I phoned up my boys coming out of the jungle, and the first thing my youngest said was, "Don't worry, Daddy, Velvet hasn't died yet." So I've got her. She's very old. She's going to be in March. She is going to be 19 years old, but she's still going.
Oh, my word. Oh, the stories about Velvet.
There you go. Thank you very much indeed. Let's do one more, because I'm enjoying this. Line 2, your last call of this hour. Hello? Hello? Okay, well, that doesn't always work, and that's fine. It doesn't always work. So that's it. That's how it works. It really is that straightforward. It really is that nuts. And sometimes it's a bit dull, and sometimes it's fun, and that's what it is. We've got another 2 hours of this tonight. When we come back, I've got other stuff to talk about as well. I will remind me to say about the magician I saw when I was in Australia, a guy called Matt Hollywood. Very, very... I love my magic. And very strange show. But we'll take more calls straight to air. 0344 499 1000. Don't call just yet, because no one's going to answer for a few minutes. So sit back, go and get a cup of tea or a cup of hot chocolate, and we'll speak after a bit of this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
He has made a covenant with the night, and with the darkness he is in agreement.
Uncut, after-hours conversation for the up-all-night generation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me. Down the road, it's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's old style. There we go. You know I'm free to roll.
So, if you're following me on Twitter, you will have all received your homework. It's an illustration, what I drew, to highlight a little bit of a Grinch that I encountered today. So, I live in Windsor. I've got 2 young boys who, in less than a month, will be 8 and 6, okay? And we park in a car park. We cross over a road at a zebra crossing as we're heading to Windsor High Street. It's not called Windsor High Street, it's called Pescod Street. There is like an office block on the corner, okay? And it is glass. It's glass. What would you call a glass? It's a window, but it's like the whole thing is glass, okay? So you can see into the office block, right? And you see the reception of the office block, okay? And there is a desk, and behind that desk is an old security man, okay? And the whole wall is glass, and then about a foot, about 18 inches off the ground between the bottom of the glass and the pavement, there is, you can see it on the illustration here, I'm pointing to it, there's what looks like a step. It's not, it's kind of like a sort of little slanted black, it looks like marble, it's not, black stone kind of thing that goes, it's like giant wainscoting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's kind of the base of the building.
Yeah, okay. And my kids like to walk on that, and balance on it, okay?
Well, it's a slope to them, isn't
It's a slope. It's a slope. It's basically what it is. It's a slope. And they don't lean on the glass. They hold my hand, okay? They try and do it, and then they hold my hand. So they're just walking on that, right? And they've done it a few times, and we've got dirty looks from the security guy there, right? And then today we did it. Bear in mind, it's the Friday before Christmas, and my youngest was up there. And he's holding my
Also,
hand.
can I paint a little picture? He's adorable.
Thank you, I am. And I see the security guard rise up from his seat and start waving his arms. Now, I deliberately didn't look at him. I'm looking straight ahead, but I've got, as you know, Catherine, excellent peripheral vision. PV, I call it. My PV is
because of the goggly eyes,
spot on. Well, okay, you may say that, but it doesn't matter because I've got it. And he was waving his arms and pointing at my son. He didn't quite, but he might as well have raised his fist at me.
Like an old-fashioned parky.
Yeah.
In a Beano.
And what he was saying was, get that boy off there. Right? Now, bear in mind, this bit, it's outside, so it's open to the elements, right? He wasn't leaning on the window. And he wasn't doing any damage. It's not like it was like, polished silver. It's black. Right? And he was walking on it, and this guy was...
And it's a tiny boy holding his daddy's hand.
And I came away feeling really bad, as I do, and things like that. I felt really guilty. And I said to my youngest, I said, listen, we're not in trouble, but I just noticed that there was a really grumpy man, the security guard, and he was telling me that I'm not allowed to let you go on there. So just when we go back, we won't go on there. Is that okay? And my boy was kind of cool, and he was upset, but he wasn't upset. He was disappointed. And then as we came back, I said to him, just remember, there's that grumpy security man, and he won't let us go on there, so we won't go on there, right? And I just thought, what a miserable old git. But also, who is, I don't know, maybe you can help, dear listener, 0344 499 1000. Who is in the right and who is in the wrong? Because maybe I am committing some social faux pas by letting a kid run along there. It's about, I'm going to say it's about 20 feet. 20 feet. It's the width of a building, it's the length of a building. And then you head off into the high street. But I'm thinking what a miserable old get. My kids can't be the only kids that go on there. And
so what harm does it do?
It doesn't do any harm. That's the thing. It doesn't.
If he was licking the windows, that's something else.
Yeah, he's not touching the windows. It doesn't do any harm. Now, here's the thing, right? I can't get involved. People who watch the Celebrity will know. So my social anxiety. I don't want to do it again because I'm really nervous about getting told off. But also I'm nervous about him coming out because I know that I will do that thing that parents do and I will defend my kids and I will get angrier with this gentleman than perhaps I should. because we get very defensive of our children, don't we? When someone is telling them off, either directly or through us, we get very protective. Even if perhaps our kids have maybe done something wrong, we still get protective.
But I think in this case, where you can't see what the harm is,
yeah,
that is the annoying thing, isn't it? When you go, well, what difference does it make to you? Why are you invading this little part of our walk?
Yeah,
with your bad vibes.
And also, I'm kind of tempted to go and do it on my own and walk on there on my own. But here's the thing. I wouldn't be able to do it without holding a grown-up's hand. So I would need an adult to hold my hand while I did it, because it is quite a slope. It's a bit of a slope. I'd fall off. A child couldn't support me. It would have to be an adult holding my hand. So that would look weird. That would be a strange thing to do. Part of me wants to just go in there and just go, excuse me, you probably don't remember. I was the guy yesterday with the kids on the thing, and you were. I just wondered what's your beef with that, because maybe there's something I'm missing. And if he just says, well, you're not allowed to do it, it's private property, then I will just
not good enough. It's connected to the pavement.
I say it's outside, mate.
Yeah.
It's outside.
Yeah.
I'm tempted to take a massive dump on it.
That might be going a bit too far. Maybe have the conversation first.
Okay. Yeah,
Lady
thank
Jane
you.
on Twitter says, name the building, let's all have a go of walking the ledge. That's the option.
It's, for those who know Windsor, it's the glass building directly opposite the Victoria Street car park. There's a zebra crossing and it's on the other side. It's there. So please go and just do it. And
that poor bloke.
Well,
he's unleashed hell.
We go past it in January and it's a young person. I go, what happened to the old guy? Oh, heart attack. It's loads of people were walking on here. He got really angry.
It's like a flash mob.
He had a thrombo. I'm not in any way.
Shouldn't laugh, should we?
We don't want to kill the old man. But it would make my life. It would make my life a whole lot better.
You don't have much luck with big windows, do you?
Would you? Oh, go on. I know what you're talking about.
We went before we went to that cheese restaurant.
Yep.
With a friend of ours.
Yep.
We went to, what was it? It was like
it was like a cafe in London.
But it was a kind of French style, Parisian style cafe, in that it was like one long window, and so people indoors. You could see them, all the way down to their shoes.
Yeah.
So we were sitting outside on the street, and Iain had turned his seat round. So because you're with three people, so you're either facing one person and ignoring another, or as Iain did, you changed.
Well, I think I was lightly leaning on the glass as well.
But still,
to start with, yes.
This woman came out.
Yeah.
And her beef with you was that you had your back to her daughter.
Yeah, she was an American woman, British daughter, or British accented daughter.
Yeah.
And she was going, she came out and, first of all, I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, she was furious.
And then I, thought it was because I was leaning, so I moved away so that there was like an inch between me and thing, and that still didn't make her happy.
It was because you had your back to her. Now, bearing in mind, we were not with that pair of people.
Yeah.
And they were on the other side of a window.
And I was...
Is that another rule we don't know?
Well, I don't... And I was furious, right? And when they came... And they were giving us evils while they had their meal, and I was sending them negative energy while they were, And then as they walked out, I said, right, do you know what? I'm going to have a word with this woman. So I went up to her.
Because it was really confusing.
It was so weird. And I said, excuse me. And she ignored me and carried on walking. I said, excuse me. And she says, I don't know who you are. I said, you just spoke to me, and I just want to say, I think the way you did that was really, really rude. You could have done it in a much better... I don't know what your problem was, but you could have done it in a much better way. And I think you've embarrassed your daughter, and you've certainly embarrassed me in front of my friends, and I don't appreciate that. It's very calm.
He said, and I'm still not sure what I did wrong.
Yeah, and this is why while I was seeing that American therapist, so I was like super in control of my emotions and stuff, and I just said, you've made me feel very uncomfortable, and I'm just going to hand that back to you because you've given me your resentment. And then she got her phone out and started to call the police. What a silly woman. Aren't people nuts? People are absolutely nuts.
That's crazy though. But I'm the sort of person, if someone does something like that to me, I immediately think I must have done something wrong.
Yeah.
But I can't see it there.
Lenny says, if it was me, I'm talking about the boy, the window and the thing, if it was me, I would have told my son the same, then I would have done it. The thing is, I don't like creating If I'd been on my own, then I would have kind of probably got into a Barney with him. But I don't like creating situations like that when my kids are there. I remember once we were at the Science Museum and we were queuing up. There was this great game called Rugged Rovers, which we've downloaded on our phone. And basically, you're at a console and you draw like a space rover and you put wheels on it, then you press go and you watch the computer simulation of how far it would go in space. And we were queuing up, me and my two boys were queuing up for ages to have a go at this, and there were loads of kids and it was unmonitored by parents, and so some of these kids were on there for about 5-10 minutes having multiple goes, right? And finally my boys got on there and they had 2 goes. They were on their second go, and the go lasts about a minute maximum, and this woman came up very close and she pushed one child right behind one son, one child right behind the other son, and she said, "Okay boys, you'll be next." And my boys finished their go, and I said very loudly and clearly, "Okay, guys, we're going to have one more go each, and then we're going to let everyone else have a go. Then that will be 3 goes." Much less than everyone else had had. And this woman said, "No, I don't think so."
Wow.
And she told my boys to move. And I said, no, guys, you stay there. I said, "Please don't speak to my children." She said, "Well, you are setting a very bad example of parenting."
But she's the one who came in and started organising the queue without speaking to you.
Yeah, and I said, "No, I'm not." She said, "These kids have been on it for ages." I said, "No, they haven't. We've been queuing for a long time. This is their 3rd game, and I've told them this will be their last game." A lot of these, and there were other machines, and there was a kid that had been on it for about 10 goes, because I'd watched. I said, "Some of these children have been on for a lot longer." And it just got really, really tense, and it really upset my youngest. Of course, because then we started arguing. And I just then she accused me of getting too close to her. And as soon as you've got and it got a bit shouty. And as soon as you've got a man shouting at a woman, a crowd formed. And of course they were assuming that I was being aggressive and that I was being physical with her, which of course I wasn't. But the crowd instantly, kind of rightfully, I guess to a certain extent, but not in this instance, sides with the woman, of course. And it was just a really horrible, tense situation. And I just thought, what an arsehole of a woman she was. My boys,
kids as well.
My boys were so upset, and the fact that she was bringing it to the children, and I just thought, that is not what you do, man.
No.
Oh, sorry, we chatted and there's people calling in. We'll have a break and then we'll go to the calls. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with Iain Lee and Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The late night alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
Well done to everybody. A couple of people have done this that have found the building in Windsor and have tweeted pictures of it. I've just retweeted it, oh look, Ricky's found it as well. Yeah, that is the place. I've just retweeted it. Have a look, right? Look, Rob's found it as well. Everyone's so clever. I've just retweeted it. Have a look at the black ledge, right? That's what they were leaning on. Thank you, Andy, who found it first.
Okay, and just to reiterate, they were holding your hand. They weren't balancing using the window.
They were walking on that black ledge, weren't touching the window. They were holding my hand, right? Was the bloke right to tell my kids that they weren't allowed to walk on that?
No, they're tiny kids.
I've got a couple of people saying, well, maybe they're worried about getting sued. Paul's got it right. Paul says that ledge was meant to be walked on. Of course it was. Of course it was. He wasn't worried about being sued. He was a miserable old so-and-so. But you tell me, dear listener, 0344 499 1000. You can follow at Iain Lee, at Flippin' Kath, no G, it's Kath with a K. Lane says that bugger is begging to be walked or sat on. It is, isn't it?
My kids see a low wall.
Yeah.
And immediately just jump on it. Because that's what kids do.
It's parkour.
Of course it is.
Let's go to... Oh, I've just missed it. Hang on a second. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the wireless. Hello, line 1.
Hello.
Hello, line 1, you're on the wireless.
Do you remember me from a couple of days ago? It's Emery.
Hey, Emery, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. I just want to say I've enjoyed your show from the past week. I've got to be quick, but I really enjoyed your show from the past week. It's entertained me so much.
Why have you got to be quick? Are you on the run from the police or something?
No, I've got to go to bed and then my mum's telling me to.
Hey, it's Christmas, man. Stay up all night.
No, it's too late.
Wowzers, yeah, you square.
I like the level of I like the level of fear in your voice.
Sorry, Mum. Okay, well, go on then. Well, go on. Say what you got to say then.
yeah, I've really enjoyed it, and I hopefully will come into your live show in Bath soon, I think it is.
No, well,
Yeah, hopefully.
it's selling out. Bath is selling out, Emery, so you got to be quick.
Yeah, I think Mum might be booking it soon for Christmas, maybe, I don't know.
Wicked. All right, well, if you do, make sure you come and say hello, won't you?
I will do.
Cheers, Emery. Take care.
Thank you, bye.
Ta-ta. There we go. That's a nice call. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian, you okay?
I'm good, thanks, line 2. How are you doing?
Oh, not too bad, thanks, not too bad. A couple of points, if that's okay.
Of course it's okay. No, listen, it's quieting down a little bit now, so you take as long as you want. Go on.
Okay, mate. Yeah, a bit like yourself, I'm like a massive radio geek.
Yeah.
It's sort of quite a sort of hard question to answer. But how do you think radio is going to go in like the next 5 years? Where do you see it going in terms of like DAB, podcasts becoming more popular?
That is a huge question, and I see DAB is the thing. I know that we only broadcast on DAB, but DAB never really took off as much as everyone was expecting it to do when it was launched, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago. So I would really like, and I don't know if this is possible, but I would really like this radio station to go on to FM or even medium wave, because I think that would get us a much bigger audience. I think DAB is a little bit limited, because even now, people will say, what radio station are you on? I'm on Talk Radio. Is that Talk Sport? No, it's only on DAB. What's DAB? So even now, a lot of people still don't get what DAB is. And I think that may be the way it goes. I don't know if DAB's really going to take off as much as we would like it to. In terms of the content, bland is king. If you listen to most radio stations, they are bland, and everyone sounds the same. And everyone has the same opinion, and everyone, says the same things, particularly in music radio, but in speech radio as well to a certain extent. So I worry that niche little culty shows like this one, won't necessarily survive in 5 years. We're going to survive for the next couple of years, I'm pretty sure of that. But in 5 years, I don't know, and I think everything might become a bit more homogenised.
Yeah, I think you're pretty much spot on there. I mean, I see what you're getting at. I mean, I think LBC is a bit like that as well. I mean, I listen to James O'Brien. I think James is very, very good.
Yeah,
and I think he's doing wonders for that station. And then music as well. I listen to Six Music as well.
Yeah.
I think there's some good content on there, especially with certain DJs like Marion Hobbs does some good things as well. And there's some sort of good specialist programs as well that Six Music do.
And Six Music is getting an audience. Here's the thing as well, because they didn't get an audience for a while, but they are getting an audience. And I listen to Six Music because I like hearing interesting people who know what they're talking about. And Sean Keaveney and Mark Radcliffe and Stuart McConey and Lauren Laverne and all those. They know what they're talking about, And I agree with you about LBC. I like James O'Brien a lot, but I also like Nick Ferrari. Even though I disagree with him on everything he says politically, he's a bloody good presenter, and he's really good at engaging the listener. I like both those guys.
Yeah, I'll go with that. And I think Ian Dale was like that as well. I don't agree with a lot of what Ian Dale says, but I think there's something that's engaging, and whenever I see him on Newsnight, he's quite engaging as well.
I find Ian Dale funny. He makes me laugh a lot. I honestly, I think he just keeps dropping in these really high-frequency jokes, and I think he's really funny.
Yeah, he is. I like Ian. He's pretty good. The other thing as well, you've got a pretty decent music taste. In terms of guitarist, my favourite is Johnny Marr. Where do you put Johnny Marr in sort of?
Well, okay. Now this is where we're going to fall out, okay? Because I am not. I'm not a massive Smiths fan. I don't hate the Smiths, but I'm not a massive Smiths fan. My only real knowledge of Johnny Marr was listening to his slightly monotone.
Oh, I liked it, but you're not used to that
audiobook. His audiobook. I did enjoy it.
Johnny
actually.
Marr sounds like every male in my family.
Really, I did enjoy his audiobook. I thought it was good, but a little bit monotone. But I thought it was a good listen. But so I couldn't rate Johnny Marr because I don't know enough of his work.
That's fair enough.
I apologise for that.
Yeah. That's all right. No, I mean,
For me, the greatest guitarist of all time is Mr. Peter Townsend of The Who.
That is very fair enough. We'll go with Townsend, and I'll let you off.
Thank you, mate. There we go. Let's put.
Stand by Johnny Marr. I think he's belting.
Let's put Townsend first. Let's put Marr second. There we go. How's about that? We can end as friends.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Ho, ho, ho. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Good evening. I'd like to speak to the DJ. I believe his name is Jeff Lee.
Yay, here we go. Jeff.
Hi, yeah. My name is Trevor. I'm the security and wellbeing consultant controller at that building that you're referring to.
That building that I'm referring to. Oh, blimey, it must be him. He knows the location and everything.
Although his voice sounds much younger.
Well, sometimes people have younger voices. Yes.
I've taken a course. Listen, I've had enough of these Lee boys rampaging through the town, walking on slopes, kicking coke cans, looking at pigeons. You're out of order, Sonny Jim. You're out of order.
You slope walkers.
Pigeon starer.
Well, what are you going to do about it, Grandad? What are you going to do about it?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do about it.
Yeah, go on. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it?
I'm going to fill in a form 724BXY-17.
Yeah, and shake your fist a bit more.
I'm going to shake my fist until my watch falls off. And Seiko.
Blimey.
Until my watch falls off.
I'm supervisor, because you're out of order. Stop him! Stop him!
No, I'm sorry.
Look what you did.
He's having a tough day. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
What is your why?
Thank you very much indeed. What is your why? And that's how it works, guys. 0344 499 1000. If you just tuned in and you're thinking, well, this is even weirder than it was yesterday, we're doing straight to air all night because it's the last Friday before Christmas. We're all feeling a little bit nuts. There is no phone screening. We do not call you back. I should say, the 0344 499 1000 number is probably free for most of you. At most, it will cost you a few pennies. It's pretty darn cheap, so have a look. Now, I was going to tell you about... I've got really bad indigestion because I've had coffee.
It's the decaf coffee. I had a real bloated stomach yesterday.
Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it, though?
And while you were away, I didn't drink it. I was drinking green tea to show off to the other presenters.
Oh, yeah.
It was so much better.
Yeah. Maybe we need to knock the decaf on the head.
Yeah.
I will have another one in a minute.
All right, yeah, just one last one.
Line 2.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello?
Hey! Hi, Ian.
Hiya!
Hi, I don't really know what to say. We thought we'd ring up and sing to you. Is that right?
Oh, this is beautiful. This is exactly what the straight to air nights are for. Please do. Away you go.
Oh, yeah! What song would you like? We're thinking either a Christmas song or a jungle song. What would you like?
I think...
We're more prepared for the jungle song.
I think a jungle song. I'm bored of Christmas songs.
Song, yay!
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Here we go.
Right, let's go. Right, you ready?
I'm ready. I don't know if you two are. Or sober.
Here we go.
Yes.
Here we go.
Jesus.
Right, ready?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know it, 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 I wouldn't know it. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the light sleeps tonight. I wouldn't know it, I wouldn't know it, I wouldn't know it, I wouldn't know it, I wouldn't know it. Light sleeps tonight. There we go.
Do that. That's me and my sister on Christmas night.
Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Oh, God. Hello, line 3.
Hello?
Hello, line 3.
No, it's Dennis Brooks.
Yes, hello, Dennis Brooks.
I want to wish Ian Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he doesn't want to speak to you tonight.
I don't blame him either. I don't want to speak to him, actually. I'm just wishing you.
You phoned up to speak to him?
Hey?
You phoned up to speak to him?
Yes, hello, Dennis Brooks. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ian, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, he doesn't want to speak to you tonight.
No, No, I want to wish you many very happy memory and sustainers. Oh, bollocks. Put the phone down, Dennis. Talking about bloody rubbish.
Let's take a break. Don't go anywhere, Simon. We're taking a break.
Tales of mystery and imagination on the radio show that does things differently.
Dolly Parton, I listen to a record of their own.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
I'm a nut job, but not that kind of nut job.
On Talk Radio.
Honest to God, it's the new Breaking Bad.
Oh no!
Someone has just asked me how's Lara. Lara's my dog, and I have it on good authority that a neighbour came round yesterday to complain about her barking, and that they had several neighbours had got together and reported it to the police.
She's a menace.
Yeah,
They called the police on her.
Yeah, for barking.
What's she been barking? Swears.
Well, it's just dog barking. But imagine that. The shame. I never wanted that dog anyway. Worst mistake I've made.
Okay, well, let him have her.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible, isn't it? What's going on? Everyone's ganging up on me. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. Hello, Kath.
Hello, Line 1.
Ian, there's one thing that you mentioned about DAB. I think it's a severely underused resource. I think there's so much information that is available, and it should be on my screen when I'm listening to you.
Right.
But
what information would you? What information would you like on your screen?
Well, the name of the caller, perhaps, and the topic of the discussion, and all sorts of information which is already coming into the studio.
No.
Which just needs
the name of the caller.
Why do you need the name of the caller? What difference would that make to your world?
Well, it would remind me, sometimes I might not hear who it is who's calling.
But why do you even need to know? Next, you'll be asking me to tell you where people are calling from.
Well, I think that will be the future of the radio. I think there will be a direct communication between listener and broadcaster.
Well, there is a direct communication. It's called you pick up the phone and call us. We are having that direct communication now. It's the past, the present, and indeed the future.
Well, I think it might even go more directed to, if you might say, I want to speak to somebody, and then you just press a button and you're through to them.
Well, but you can do that now. You can do that now. You can say, hey Siri, phone up Talk Radio.
Oh, I just think that it should be used more than it is. It's not. It's an underused resource.
I remember about 10 years ago, I got a DAB radio, and I blagged it, and it has a little screen on it, and the screen would, for some radio stations, allow you to see the webcam, and you could watch the show on the actual radio. And I used it once, and I watched Christian O'Connell doing his breakfast show, and I thought, I don't need to see that on my radio. And now some people are watching this on Periscope, and that's a slightly different thing. But when I've got one of these DAB radios in my car, and for some reason the setting has changed, so it scrolls across. If I'm listening to music radio, it scrolls across the name of the song and the artist, or it will scroll across the name of the presenter. I don't need to know all that stuff. I don't want to know that stuff. I want the radio, the sound coming out of the radio, to be the only communication. And if I want to interact with it, I can pick up a phone and either text or call.
Well, I think I don't agree with you, Ian. I think that there should be more information on the screen, and I quite like the idea of Periscope beamed into my home.
Well, but Periscope is beamed into your home. If you can put it on your phone, or you can watch it on your TV.
Yeah, but I'd like it on the radio, so that I've got it all in one box.
Well, you can do it all in one box if you watch it on your phone. It's there. People. It's there. The technology is there. You're asking for something that exists already.
Okay, all right. Okay, well, have a nice Christmas, sir.
Thank you very much indeed. I like him because he gets really mardy with me for no reason. Line 3, you're on the wireless.
Yo ho ho, cowboys.
Hey, it's Chuck, Winkle, our American correspondent.
Over here on the Sunshine Coast, New York City, LA.
You're sounding a bit higher pitched than usual. What's going on?
I'm just excited for the upcoming early. Here it comes. It's Father Christmas.
Happy holidays.
Happy another holiday.
Of course, the big one for you guys is Thanksgiving.
The old Thanksgiving, chase a turkey around the garden, put a thing up his bum and eat it all for dinner. Lovely.
You say put your finger up its bum?
Chase it around the garden, go, yeehaw, put your finger up its bum, put it in bum and then eat it, lovely.
Is that traditional?
It's a traditional as eating the can of beans around the campfire, old timer.
So what do you eat? What do you eat for Christmas dinner then? If you've already had your finger up a turkey's bum for Thanksgiving,
another turkey, John. We got loads of them.
Did you really? Well,
I got some news on the old North Korea situation hotting up right again now.
Oh yes, of course it is hotting up, isn't it? Go on. What's happening?
Well, I mean, if I say to you with these in other words, that I'm currently looking at a big picture of Kim Jong-un's erection.
Wowzers, that's something, huh?
Absolutely huge, and he's right next to his daddy.
Yeah, oh, right, okay. What can you see there?
Well, I can see a lot of people walking by it. I'm at the in North Korea as we speak.
Yeah.
We're walking by it, looking at it, going, hey, up, Kim Jong-un, you're right. And I think the statue's looking down on him and going, you, all right, we're going to go to war soon, so matter.
I am getting almost none of what he is what he's saying, Catherine.
I picked out hey up Kim Jong-un, which I think was the most important part.
Tone down the old accent, old timer. I know I'm speaking to the London guys.
Okay, I tell you what we need to do. Listen, we need to. What's the code for America? 001.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's no point in telling us. Why don't we give the CIA a quick call, and you can you can let those guys at the CIA know what's going on. Okay.
Sure about that,
yeah, just phone up the CIA. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm ringing quite a lot.
Here we go.
Used to right through, right.
You have reached the Office of Public Affairs for the Central Intelligence Agency. We appreciate your call. At this time, we are unable to take your call. Please leave a message. Thank you.
You leave a message.
Record your message after the tone. When you've finished, you can hang up or press 1 for more options.
Howdy, cowboy. It's Chuck Winkle from the American News Yes Please Network. I'm looking at Kim Jong-un's erection. It's all okay over here. But phone now.
Okay. But this, I still think this is too important to miss. Let's try one more number. Hang on a second. 02 456. There we go. Let's try this one.
All right.
There we go. This is the White House.
Thank you for calling the White House comment line. Because of today's federal holiday, the office is closed. The comment line will reopen at 9 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time the next business day. Thank you for calling. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Goodbye.
Now wait.
Okay. We'll try one more. We'll try one more because we want to get to the big guy. You mentioned his name there. We want to speak to the big guy. So if we call Trump Tower. And you can tell them because they'll be able to. He'll either be there or
he's gone to Mar-a-Lago.
Okay, well let's try Trump Tower first.
Melania might be in.
Okay.
There we go. Let's call these guys at Trump Tower. Here we go.
A big orange ball of right there.
Trump bar.
I'm looking at the old Kim Jong-un's erection. Is that
What now?
Can I speak to the big orange gold ball of happiness, please? Is he in?
What happened? What happened?
I'd like to speak to... come on, it's Chuck Winkle. I'd like to speak to the big guy, Donald Trump. If you could put him on the phone, that'd be great.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's try one more. And then because I think the message may not have got through there.
No, he didn't sound like he had a pen, did he?
No.
That's not enough old time around getting a bit terrified here.
Let's try Mar-a-Lago, because he's definitely there.
Yes, he is. Yeah, we know he is. Yeah. He'll be watching Elf or something now, won't he? I mean, what time is it there?
Yeah, let's see if we can find the phone number for Mar-a-Lago. They seem to keep that quite well hidden.
I'm still talking about the old erection, am I?
Well, you've got this important information. 561. Right. What's that? 83.
There we go.
Now, he's definitely there, okay, Chuck, so away you go.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Reception Maine. This call is being recorded. If you do not wish to be recorded, please disconnect at this time. Please hold while I try to connect you.
Right.
Good evening, Mar-a-Lago. Ariela speaking. How can I assist?
Well, hello there, Missy. It's Chuck Winkle from the American News Yes Please Network. Got a bit of news on the old Kim Jong-un, actually.
Okay, sir. I didn't understand anything. If you can repeat slowly, I may help you.
My name is Chuck Winkle.
Okay.
From the American News Yes Please Network. Got a big image of Kim Jong-un's erection, if you like it. Where's Donald Trump?
I'm so sorry for you, sir. Happy holidays.
Yo ho ho!
She wrote that down. He'll get the message.
He'll get the message. Thank you very much, Chuck. Excellent stuff. 03444 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, her Catherine Boyle on Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional.
Hello?
The unpredictable.
Don't you think that's a bit weird?
And the completely unorthodox.
It was my birthday.
With rule-free Iain Lee.
I was just trying to generate a bit of content.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Hate alarm clock, hate going to work.
On Talk Radio.
03444 499 1000 is the telephone number. We're taking calls straight to air this evening, which means it's a little bit more random than per usual. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hi, Ian.
Hello.
I've just heard something that's made me laugh quite a lot.
Okay.
Well, not a lot, but you know.
Yeah.
Who organises your adverts?
Yes, there was a drink drive advert followed by a booze advert.
It, yeah.
We go. I know. These things are wonderful, aren't they? But it, you know, it's saying, but the drink drive advert is saying you can drink, just don't drink and drive.
And then get this percentage off at Tesco for Budweiser.
Yeah, but you know, it's Christmas, guys.
That's just made my day.
Well,
thank you, Ian.
Yeah, absolute pleasure. Thank you very much indeed. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
03444
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi, how you doing? I'm sounding a little bit distracted because my headphones are... There we go. I've got to get the balance because it's... Yes. Oh, my headphone is a little bit... There's a dodgy connection in my left ear, my right ear, do apologise, and I have to just fiddle around and get the balance. Oh, there's a loose connection. There we go. That's it. Hello. Oh, it's gone. Hang on a second. Stay there. I wonder if these headphones work or if they've been discarded because these don't work as well. Hang on. Hang on. They work. There we go. Hello, line 2.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes, in both of my ears. Which is a bonus.
I'm only ringing because you won't remember me now that you're very, very famous.
Oh, I'm very famous. I don't remember any of the little people, no.
No. But you kept me very company when my baby was trying to kill me by not sleeping.
Oh, no, I do...
Beginning of the year.
I do remember that. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was. Well, he's 17 months now.
I thought you would say 17 years now. I thought, blimey, that was his age. I do remember that. How are you? You sound a lot more with it than you did previously.
I am, yeah. He's incredible now.
Oh, good. Okay, fine.
Great, but I just, you kept me from just not going crazy. So
it's hard work. Those first few weeks and first few months. And I know it's slightly different
for 11 months.
Yeah, I know it's slightly different for mums and dads, but the sleep, the lack of sleep, you just get so used to only having doses, you know.
Yeah, you're living on fumes, aren't you?
Yeah, it really is. It's beyond exhaustion. It's a very dark place that you end up in.
And it seems to last forever.
Yeah.
The days are so long.
Yeah.
Yeah, so much. Yeah, and I don't know how people
did it before mobile phones. That's unbelievable.
And now you're out the other side, you're thinking you might have a second child.
No, he's my second child and my last.
Oh, okay, there you go, you see.
He's the full stop. You can't outnumber the adults in the house, I don't think.
That's a great way of doing it. I noticed when I was these headphones are knackered as well, bugger. When I was in the jungle, I was talking to Stanley Johnson a lot, and he's a real environmentalist, unlike his idiot eldest, I think, son. And he was saying he's really a strong campaigner about environmental issues and things, but one of his things was that we have too many children, and that there is a huge population crisis, and that will lead to a food shortage. And I kind of agree with him. And he said, well, we should
limit. How many kids he's got, right?
5. He's got 5 kids, and I'm thinking, all right, so what? The cut-off limit was what, like 30 years ago? Is that so that's when we could stop having? Now you've got 5, everyone else has to have 2. Is that how it works? It's a very strange old situation. But well, I'm glad you're feeling much better.
He was fine with his are the perfect ones. They're the ones
he's got 6 kids, by the way.
Is it 6? Oh, well, there's rumours that his daughter's going in because the Big Brother house this year is all women. I hear
to start with, I think.
Oh, is it? Yeah, apparently I'm going in, according to the Daily Star. I'm going into the Big Brother house.
Are there any men in here? No.
Yeah, well, yes, but there you go. Well, I'm glad you're feeling much better.
Yeah, it was great, and I think, down to you, it was the highlight of my night. I was up with that child every night for 11 months, and 10 till 1 was just a lifesaver.
I tell you that
no exaggeration, a lifesaver.
Well, you're very kind, and I appreciate that. You know that I think most suicides occur about sort of 3:10 in the morning, because that is when everything is at its absolute bleakest. The day before is ended.
Lonely.
Oh God, it's an horrendous time. But I'm glad you're on the other side.
Yeah, it's great now. They are very good friends, and you've 2 boys yourself, so it gets really, really good.
Yeah, it gets bad again when they start playing with each other's willies and fighting. That will happen. That's going to happen. There's a lot of today. Boys, will you please just stop hitting your brother? He started it. Okay, well, I'm finishing it.
Okay, all right. Do you have a bit of advice? Because I have 2 boys.
Yeah.
But so you can call it a willy, but the other side, they don't have a name for the ladies' part.
Yes. Well,
we're stumped. We don't know what to do.
Well, do you know what? I went in straight away with vagina. I went in with vagina. You? Yeah, I did, because I didn't really know where to go with it, so I just said, well, it's called a vagina.
Well, there's all sorts of words, aren't there? I've got 2 girls, and so it's been a conundrum for us from pretty early on. They do kick each other in the vagina, spelled with a B.
It's a vagina as well. It's China is how it's pronounced.
But what do they call it? Tuddly? A foof?
That's all right, actually. I'll go for that.
A fairy?
A fairy?
People call it all kinds of stuff. There isn't a kind of... Because fanny is a bit hard, isn't it?
Whoa, Catherine!
It is, though. But that's the closest thing to willy, isn't it?
You can't call it a fanny.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Tuppence.
That's what my boyfriend calls. Yeah, that's what he suggested.
It all sounds a little bit there, though.
Inside, I'm dying. This isn't most direct, but yeah, I honestly, I just went straight in and said it's a vagina. And now my youngest, who really enjoyed that silly TV programme I did, is constantly saying very loudly, "My daddy ate a pig's vagina in the jungle." So there's a lot of that going on. You'll whatever you say, you'll say the right thing.
I think foof.
They'll miss it anyway. Yeah, foof. I'll go for that.
Yeah, I think I'll do it. All right, listen. Thanks for calling.
Sorry.
Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Let's go to line 3. Line 3, you're on the wireless. Hello. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Nice one. What you got for us?
I've got a few questions to ask you.
Go on then.
Who was your favourite person in Celebrity Get Me Out of Here?
It was Jenny by a huge country mile, because I think she was funny and charming, and I was a big fan of her in Coronation Street.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Who was your favourite?
You.
Here we go. Thank you.
Correct
That's
answer.
the correct answer. Well done.
Also, what was your favourite trial?
My favourite trial was also my least favourite trial. It was the one where I was on the rocket ship 100 feet in the air, because it's my favourite because I did it, and I'm really proud of myself that I did it, and it was terrifying and it was horrendous, but I'm really proud that I was so brave.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was a real stressful few weeks. I'm glad I did it, but I'm telling you what, I'm really, really glad to be out of the jungle and back home and sleeping in a proper bed.
Yeah, you did well.
Nice one. Thank you very much indeed. What was your favourite bit of the whole show?
The last trial where you ate the vagina.
There we go. Yeah, thanks, guys. Everyone, yeah, that was. I'm glad it's left such an imprint on your brain. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye. So took the boys out for a gelato today. I was really tired and a bit grumpy and didn't really feel like it, but we went and. It's funny because I've been walking around fairly anonymously in Windsor, and then we went in there, and it was like Beatlemania, you know. It was like the Beatles landing at JFK in 1963 or 64, and there were people nudging and people walking past our table slowly 2 times to look. The staff behind the counter could like. What are you doing here? Like that? What are you doing here? My mum used to go to school with you. All right. Pictures being taken. It was the weirdest thing.
Something else I've noticed hanging out with you recently is people are not very subtle with their phones, are they?
No, God, no. There's
Really
there's not. And listen, I don't mind people coming up to talk to me. There was one person that came and spoke to me that annoyed me ever so slightly because I was with my kids, and my youngest was obviously quite upset about something. We'd had a little set to about something, and then this guy came on, hey, you were in the jungle, and I was thinking, yeah, thanks. And that was a real moment where I probably didn't make the right call, and I probably should have said, listen, thanks very much, but I've just got to sort this situation out, and I didn't, and and it's a learning thing for all of us. And listen, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, it'll all be gone. It'll be someone else.
But at least you didn't Al Jardine him.
No, I didn't Al Jardine him. And that's, for those who don't know, that's when a member of the Beach Boys sighed and shrugged his shoulders as I approached him. Line 4, you're on the wireless.
Hi there. I heard you talking about South Africa earlier, and I just want to ask you, do you know what they call a vagina in South Africa?
I don't know what they call a vagina in South Africa.
A cookie. Imagine that, eh? A cookie.
A cookie?
Like a cake. Hey?
Imagine that, a cookie, huh?
Yeah.
And what part of South Africa do you come from?
I'm in Joburg right now.
Are you now?
My friend was telling me you were talking about South Africa. She told me to tune in, so yeah, I thought I'd come on and see what it's all about on Periscope. So I'm watching you now live.
Oh, and what do you do you ever go to like children's playgrounds?
No, never. What?
Do you have those things? You know the swings?
Yeah.
Right, and you know the roundabout?
Yeah.
And do you have those kind of long things where you have to climb up some steps at the back, then you sit on it and you kind of come down the other end? What are they called?
No, man, it's a slide. Why are you laughing at that?
Say it again.
A slide.
A slide.
I want to have a go on the slide. Listen, thank you so much. And how is your cookie?
Yeah, I'd rather not say, hey.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, bye.
Thank you very much indeed. A call all the way from South Africa about her cookie.
And the test she passed was... I had a South African friend, and I never forget the look on my daughter's face when she was asked if she wanted to have a go on the slide, and she had no idea what a slide was. But now we all know it's one of those things that you go up and slide down.
And by the way, guys, everyone on Periscope, please stop making jokes about cookies and cream. That's really... we're better than that on this show. We are better than that. We will not sink to that level. That was great. International calls, huh? From South Africa. Who'd have thunk
I'm
it?
keeping cooking, by the way.
We're going to have... We're going to have a little break. Don't call in for a few minutes because we have a little break. When we come back, we will take another hour of your calls straight to air. This is Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Something's going to play in a second. Trust me, something's going to play in a second. You're going to play... I was all... Hang on a minute. Something's going to play. Something's going to play.
Can I get...
Not that. That's an advert. Hang on a second. Something's going to play now. You ready? This is what we meant to kick off this hour with. Here we go. I've got a feeling it's going to be They Might Be Giants Christmas in my house. I've got a feeling. It's been a long time. But I love a bit of They Might Be Giants. We'll end on a They Might Be Giants song, I think. We'll end that one there, though. 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio. Catherine Boyle is there.
Hi.
Simon is through there, not doing a lot tonight because he doesn't need to answer your calls, because the calls are going straight to air. What that means is you call up. For most of you, it will be free. Some of you, it will cost you pennies at most. Normally we'd call you back. Tonight, we don't. The phone number is 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. You can call in about anything. We've had, the two ladies that phoned in to sing.
Yeah.
One of them works for the police.
In what capacity? A singer? Siren?
I think in the drunk tank. She's company for the... I just saw a Twitter profile and I clicked on it, as I often do when someone says that they've just called the show, which is great because we're getting so many new callers this week. Yeah. And lots of people are then going on Twitter going, oh my God, I just called Iain Lee. And so I click on their profiles because you see yes, she works for the police. And we were right. She was absolutely steaming.
Of course.
You can call in about anything. We're on until 1 o'clock tonight. We're off Christmas Day and Boxing Day, off Monday and Tuesday, and then we're back on Wednesday, and we're doing a show New Year's Eve, and it's all kind of back to normal. So if you want to give us a call tonight, we thought we would just open the phone lines, and you can call in about anything. It can be sensible, it can be serious, it can be dumb, it can be silly, it can be you singing a song, it can be absolutely anything you want. 0344 499 1000. I'll be honest, the switchboard has been pretty busy until now. We've only got one call, and I'm slightly suspicious, but we'll go for it. Hello, line 1, you are on the wireless. Thanks very much for calling. I was right to be suspicious. It was a ghoul. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
How you doing, Iain?
I'm doing well.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Fantastic. Oh, it's awful because I've got this streptococcus throat, strep throat, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
Been put on the old what's it called? I've got it here, penicillin for bloody 10 days.
Yeah. Can't drink.
And I work from home.
You sound awful. Your throat sounds like my boy. The streptococcal thing that's tonsillitis, isn't it? Or is that a variation of tonsillitis?
It's like a posh tonsillitis. It's like the advanced stages,
And so how many days into the 10-day treatment are you?
Day 2. You won't believe it. I've had it since the 11th of December.
Mate, your Christmas is knackered because you can't drink.
They say that, but I live quite close to Birmingham, so I went to the old German market, and I ignored that advice last night, but I don't think it's done me any good.
Wow.
Had a bit of the old mulled wine. Bloody disgusting, but it's fine because I can't taste anything,
Yeah, but...
I can't breathe.
First of all, mulled wine is hideous. It's an awful, awful drink. But now, here's the thing. When they say you can't drink when you're on antibiotics, is that because it just gets you really, really drunk, or it negates the effect of the medicine?
I think it doesn't do much. I think it just sort of slows you down, makes you feel worse. But I can't eat before I eat these as well. My next dose was 10 minutes ago, but I haven't taken it, so good reminder of myself there.
Good reminder. You literally don't care, do you? You're flirting with death. You're a daredevil, you are.
I've had this for almost 3 weeks, and I forgot what it feels like to be well. My bed. I work from my bed, and I'm still working from my bed, but ill. So I've been trying to get out as much as I can. I've been playing a game. I know you don't like security guards. I've been playing a game that I call Security Dodgy.
Yeah.
In the shops.
What does that mean? It doesn't involve putting turkeys under your hat or anything, does it?
Right. There's this one in my local Tesco. She's awful, really small, about 5'4". She couldn't take down a thief if she tried. But what you do is you go to the alcohol aisle. You know those tags they put around the necks of the bottles.
Yes.
You always see some of those abandoned. So I always take one.
Yeah.
I always take one, and I leave the shop to set the alarm off.
Huh?
Now I dabbled with the law. They have no right to stop you, Ian. They have no right to stop you. So I make a break for it. See what they do.
This guy's insane. And what do they do?
You know, the worst thing I've had is I was detained in a JD Sports for half an hour once. I had 3 guards on me. I had one blocking the exit, one trying to search my bag, one just staring at me. Staring at me.
Yeah.
You
The
know?
most effective one.
Because you'd nicked a security tag.
No. Well, yeah, sort of. Sort of.
Was it attached to something?
Was it attached to a pair of trainers?
You can, on eBay, you can buy your own. So I did actually. I've got a little card that I made. So you stick one of the big ones and then one of the, those striped ones. Yeah, what? So you just leave the shop, see what they do. Because I hate security guards. I hate them. I hate them.
So hang on a minute. So you've bought some security tags off of eBay
just to make them run.
Yeah.
And then you walk into shops.
Cheap. They're about about £2. Because they're not that good, If you hold them in your hand, the alarm won't go off when you walk in.
Right.
So you can walk in, have a wander around, act a bit suspicious, walk out, the alarm will go off.
He goes round and acts suspicious.
How does one act suspicious these days? It's been such a long time.
This guy's nuts.
What you do is you unzip your coat about halfway down, and then you walk around, you look around, zip it up again. That's it. All eyes.
It's mainly zip work.
This guy is absolutely brilliant. And then, so when you say, when you eventually say that it's my security tag, what do they say to you?
I don't. There was only one time I did that because they were actually going to call the police. But usually, I just proclaim that it was an accident. I've got nothing on me. They don't have any sort of right to search me.
Yeah, but surely it goes off again when you leave. Surely it goes off again.
But if I've got it in my hand, or if I bend it a little bit, the whole thing's just broken. It will never go off again.
Oh.
Those things are so weak. You don't understand.
Why? You don't understand, Catherine. You just don't understand. Why do you hate security guards so much? Did they kill your parents or something?
Well, it was it all stemmed from this one in Tesco, the 5'4" one. I was in there with my mate, and this was years ago. This was about 5 years ago. I was still in school, and I had a clipboard, and we were walking around getting some prices for our business lesson or something. And this guard marches up to us, and she says she's Irish, so she's like, "What have you been writing? People have been talking to us about you've been writing things down about them." So we're sort of taken aback, and we show her, and it's just got prices on, and she still insists that we leave the shop.
Oh, you know why? I bet she thought you were from Asda. They do that, They do. Shop wars.
Oh, God.
Ever since, I've just She still works there. Every time I go to Tesco, I see her there. You know how they have those podiums. She can't see over them.
Yes.
She's 5'4".
Yes, you're 5'4".
So,
yeah. Wow.
But I never do the alarm when she's around now because she's scary. She is quite scary.
Tiny Irish.
Because you've got a certain amount of respect for her, haven't you?
Now she's been hard at work. I've known her in that Tesco since I was a young lad. She's been grinding 5 days a week.
She's been what? Grinding? Grinding?
Grinding.
Wow!
Grinding the old...
the old what, cookie?
That's slang nowadays. That is slang, so...
Okay, right, yes.
Most understand.
Yes, okay.
You work 5 p.m. till 2 a.m. at home every day.
Yes.
You've got so much free time in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do have to play these games just
of course
keep your mind active.
Of course you do. Well, what's your name, caller?
Right. The name is Kadir. It's a Turkish name. I know I don't sound Turkish, but my father's Turkish, so Kadir.
Well, it sounds plausible. You can tell us the truth, you know. We're not Irish or 5'4".
Honestly.
Kadir, well,
okay, I'll change that because my shorthand was strep throat security dodger.
Well, Kadir, I have thoroughly enjoyed your call this evening, and I hope you feel better soon, and we get to talk again at some point.
Cheers. I'll call back when I'm well.
Thank you.
I've got my radio voice back.
I don't think that will ever happen, Kadir. that man is never going to be well.
What are you writing?
Such a complex,
elaborate
character there. Every simple question was met with a, well, okay, right. Let me explain. Even his name,
his life is full of intrigue. Did you believe in one of those stories?
I believed every bit of it. I believed every.
I had a purse once, a new purse, and my mum and dad had left the tag in it. So I kept setting the alarms off, and there is a certain thrill to it.
Oh, dear.
I suspected it might be me when it kept happening.
We've got another 45 minutes for everybody who's at home grinding their cookie.
Oh, stop it.
0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
Experience the unconventional,
Evening, boss.
the unpredictable, and the completely unorthodox.
Exactly.
With rule-free Iain Lee. The late-night alternative with Iain Lee.
I've got no internet for the last 4 days.
On Talk Radio.
Luckily, some of the more annoying callers, Nigel from Maidstone, who we just heard in that trail, Ken from Newcastle, and someone else, they've been phoning up the James Whale
Yeah,
films,
I think maybe their bedtimes might have been moved so that they've got to go to bed earlier.
P from SP seems to have disappeared.
Yeah.
Which is great news for everyone concerned. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Call straight to air tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Another 40 minutes. People on Periscope saying, oh, I might go to bed. No, stay. I said, got another 40
You're
minutes.
Almost there.
Come on, guys. So let's go to line one. One, you're on the wireless.
Evening, boss.
Good evening, line one.
I've got a dilemma that you can help me with.
Of course I can. That is what we do. We are dilemma solvers.
Oh, well, I'm sitting there wrapping up the festive gifts.
Yes.
And all that.
We call them Christmas presents.
Well.
Yep, but...
maybe he's a bit posher than us.
Okay, could be. That's very, very possible.
Definitely not. Anyway, is it really wrong that I've took at least 2 of them and put them to one side saying, actually, I'll keep those and give them...
Oh, no, that's great. That is great. I've done that before. I've done that before.
So much better.
Yeah, no, I've done that before. I've thought, actually, I've got a couple of things for them, and yeah, that looks right. I tell you what I do when I'm wrapping up, because I'm lazy. If I've got like loads of presents for one person, I'll just wrap them in one thing. I can't be bothered with just wrapping up 4
Lots
different things. Yeah, if it's like, well, especially if it's like a couple of DVDs and a couple of books, I might do. If it's like 2 DVDs and 2 books, I'll do 2 presents instead of 4.
I think it depends on their age, doesn't it? Because if they're Litlands, I like to do lots of presents because they love unwrapping them.
Yeah, but I don't even know why we bother to wrap presents. Just put them in a bag. Put them in a bag and fold the top of the bag over and give it to me, and that'll be fine, because it's a waste otherwise. We're killing the planet. Just for
you never
wrapping
do the
paper.
old getting a really big box and putting a tiny present in it, Trey?
I'm not a bastard, so no. I have not.
Be me,
that is just you, Lee. I would never consider such a thing. I don't like that. I don't like those kind of tricks at Christmas. So no, but I've done very little Christmas shopping because I've been away. So my wife...
Where have you been?
Shut up. My wife did all the Christmas shopping for the kids. And then I went out today and I just bought... I'm just not in... I don't feel Christmassy at all. I don't feel the vibes. I went out and bought some perfume for my mum. Probably the first year as well, I'm not going to be able to get my mum out of the care home on Christmas Day. And I feel a little bit rotten about that. I'll probably take her out Boxing Day, but I just...
Oh, man.
I feel guilty about that. So, someone on Periscope just says, my dad puts presents in old cereal boxes. That is such a dad thing to do. That is such a dad thing to do.
So he's saving cereal boxes?
Yeah. Yeah?
God, can you imagine?
That makes sense.
What about all the cereal boxes that you have to cut something off the back of, though? Or do they not do that anymore?
You don't do that anymore. You don't have to collect. You don't have to collect tokens, and you don't have to write in less than 20 words. I like shredded wheat because. Those competitions are gone. You still get free toys in things. You've still got to empty your stuff out and get like a free lightsaber and stuff.
Oh,
Yep.
See, I haven't brought cereal boxes in a long time.
Yeah. We still buy that crap.
No, my kids are into brioches because they're posh.
Oh, yeah, well, brioches and hummus and sushi are like kids' favourite foods now.
Stuff that we would never have... I mean, I don't think I had that stuff till I was about 28.
No, the world has gone absolutely
What's wrong
nuts.
with Marmite on toast?
Thank you very much indeed,
Nothing.
Lee. On that bombshell, we'll say
Nothing.
good evening. We'll go to line 2. Good evening, line 2.
Hello.
Hello, line 2, you're on the radio.
Ian. Hello there. I wanted to ask you a question because when I was when I was not listening to you, when you were jungling,
yes,
I saw a film called Jim and Andy, and I wondered whether you've seen it and what you thought of it. Because you did the Great Lives. I was thinking of you.
I love Andy Kaufman. It's Jim Carrey talking about playing Andy Kaufman, and it wasn't released when I went to Australia. And do you know what? I'd forgotten it had. I'd forgotten. I've not seen it. No. Is it good?
Yeah.
He's annoying, I bet, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Think of it? I can't work out, because I like Andy Kaufman as well, I can't work out whether Jim Carrey is a dick or a genius. I think probably a bit of both.
I know.
I think he's both, 50-50.
But I thought it was fascinating. He would have been a nightmare to work with.
Yeah.
An absolute nightmare. But that film was worth it, I think.
I love The Man in the Moon. I think it's such a great movie, and I'd forgotten that was out. So thank you. I'm going to watch that. I got sucked into The Good Place on Netflix.
Tell us what you think about it when you do, because I found it honestly one of the most psychologically weird things I've ever seen. This film.
I bet, and I'm going to.
He pretends to be Andy Kaufman, even to Andy Kaufman's family.
Yeah. They kind of build bridges,
really
don't they?
Disturbing.
Yeah, he thinks he's helping the dad and the sister kind of contact their dead loved one, and that's a bit...
I bet, and I'm going to tread carefully for legal reasons, but I know that Jim Carrey, and I used to hate Jim Carrey, and then I watched Truman Show, and I thought he was brilliant, and I do think he's brilliant, but I also think he's nuts, because I've seen him being interviewed. I do wonder if... Jim Carrey, at some point, if there's going to be some revelation about him. I don't necessarily mean sexually, Hoffman and stuff like that, but if...
Well, there has been already.
Excuse me, sorry, what?
Yeah, there's a thing going on at the moment, isn't there? Because his ex-girlfriend killed herself and wrote a series of... there's emails where she's accusing him of a lot of...
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. It's really horrible. It's really horrible stuff.
Well, he makes a point in the film where he sort of says, if you become somebody else for a living, you forget who you originally are.
Yeah.
And so you just become that person. And I was watching, I don't mean that he's become Andy Kaufman. I think that's what he's trying to get at. But actually, I thought, I don't know that you know who you are anymore, because the whole documentary, I felt like he was acting. Not as Andy Kaufman, but acting Jim Carrey. And it was really... You should go and watch it, Ian.
I'm going to watch it. Do you know what? I've got nothing planned tomorrow. I'm going to watch it tomorrow, Irene.
Yeah.
So thank you for reminding me.
Okay.
Cheers, my dears.
Okay,
Ta-ta.
cool.
Bye-bye. Let's go to line 1. Line 1, you're on the wireless.
Hello, Ian. Hi, Kath. How are you? Hello.
You right?
I just want... Yes, very well. I'm just calling up. One of your previous callers mentioned about antibiotics, that he was on antibiotics.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I was going to talk about population, but that's like a deep, dark...
You talk about whatever you want.
Well, no, I'll talk about antibiotics, because that's fun. Well, I think it's fun, but that's me. There are actually some that you can drink with, but it's always advisable not to. But there are actually antibiotics that you really shouldn't drink with, because they interact with the alcohol and actually give you some proper nasty side effects.
What, do they make you go like nuts? Like really over-the-top drunk? Ooh?
Yeah, they can give you things like palpitations and breathlessness and make you really quite poorly. It comes down to what's happening on a cellular level.
Oh.
I'm an undergrad biologist.
An underground biologist?
Undergrad.
Oh, I see.
Undergrad.
I thought you were working for a secret army that was trying to halt a disease that killed people, and you had to go back in time. No, that's the plot to 12 Monkeys.
Do you know what? One day, that is what I'm going to do.
Really?
I'm going to save the world. Yeah,
oh, nice one, man.
So.
Nice one.
Yeah,
That'll
I
be
like
good.
That.
Also, if you, it's grapefruit. grapefruit negates lots of medicines, doesn't it?
Isn't it statins or
something? Does, yeah. It certainly does, because they're interesting. A lot of antibiotics, actually, many of the antibiotics that we know actually derive from natural sources, such as honey. Honey is antibacterial. It's actually really good for skinned wounds and degloving. So if someone loses like the whole bit of their arm, skin of their arm, hospitals and vets and things will actually use honey packed into the wound and then wrapped.
I've heard that before. Horrible history.
Yeah.
The Egyptians used to use it a lot, didn't they?
True. It's true. Yeah, honey is amazing. I did a research project on honey. It's fantastic stuff. I haven't had a cold. If I start feeling a cold coming on, I have warm honey and lemon. Just warm, raw honey. And the cold never.
But isn't it supposed to be? Isn't it supposed to be this Manuka honey that costs like 45 quid a jar?
Absolutely not. So the reason Manuka, or the reason that I believe, because I work I volunteer for a centre, a bee centre in Lancashire as well.
You volunteer for a bee centre in Lancashire. Brilliant. There we go. That's the sentence of the evening. Yeah, well done, you.
I certainly do. Thank you. I love bees. God damn it, someone's got to. They're amazing. They are amazing. But so Manuka is from a tree in New Zealand called the Manuka tree, and basically it's all to do with the fact that the bees only go to that one tree, and therefore the pollen and everything, the way that they make the honey, is through the Manuka, which is why it's Manuka. But it's also the transportation, getting it over to the UK and everything else that makes it more expensive. That's what I've been told, and that's what I believe. However, if you buy raw honey from your local area or from a farm shop or even the supermarkets, if it says raw on the jar, it means it's raw. And it doesn't matter if it's clear or if it's solid. It will have almost the same properties, if not some of them are better. Heather honey actually has, or it seems to have more antibacterial qualities in it than Manuka does, and it's a lot less expensive.
What's the difference between raw honey and the stuff that probably is more common?
Right. So most people like clear honey. They like it fluid, that they can drizzle on Weetabix and whatnot.
Yes.
Most honeys don't end up being like that. It depends how much water content they have in them. So if what happens generally is if it's not raw, it's been pasteurised, so it's been heated and processed and sieved, which takes out a lot of the bacterial qualities, because it's all about the enzymes, and enzymes die if you heat them. So raw honey isn't heated. It's just sieved. It's straight off the frame for honey hives.
Hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm looking on Periscope, and there's a young woman who's just said, "I've never tried honey."
My God!
What the hell? What is wrong with these millennials? You've never tried honey?
Straight to avocado for her. That's the thing.
Nuts! Jeez, go out and buy some bloody honey. Tell them about the honey, mummy.
And there's so many different types, and it depends what pollen you've used. I know this is very interesting, isn't it? But
no, it is. Well, I bought some orange blossom honey.
I don't like lavender honey.
Tastes, doesn't it?
Yeah, it tastes of lavender.
Yeah.
Tastes of lavender. Why would they do that?
There's a heather. You can get a lime tree honey from Windsor. Because we've got that, and it does have a taste of lime.
Now look, got people taking the mick. Now Will Guy is saying, "What about honey G?" I mean, really?
Don't put that on a spot.
Yes. Amy, listen, thank you.
Drive that one.
Thank you very much for your honey information. Let's take one more call. Let's have a quick break, then we'll take a call. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee. Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
We were going to do a love bomb, but I'm enjoying taking these calls straight to air, so I think maybe we'll carry on taking these calls straight to air. 0344 499 1000. Good evening, line 2. You're on the wireless. They've got the radio on, so there's a slight delay. Hello, caller.
It's you.
If your number ends 131, that's you.
Hello, caller.
Okay, it's getting too psychedelic. Let's go to line 2. 2, you're on the wireless.
Hi.
Hello, line 2.
Hello.
Hello, who's this?
Lucy.
Hello, Lucy. How are you doing tonight?
Good, thank you. How are you?
You're up quite late, aren't you, Lucy?
Yes.
Good. Well, that's the way. Do your parents know that you're up this late?
Yes.
That's all right then, because I'm a dad and I've got to ask those kind of things. What you got for us, Lucy?
Okay. I just wanted to ask, how did you feel when, because you came third and I was celebrating? I just wanted to know how you felt.
How I felt coming third?
Yes.
I was over the moon. I couldn't believe that people would like me, and to get to the final three was an absolute thrill, and we had a really exciting day before that. And waking up that morning was exciting, and it was scary, and we were all a little bit scared about going out into the real world. But yeah, no, coming third, I'm absolutely thrilled by it.
Okay. I just wanted to, did you think you'd become, this far? Did you think...
No, God, no. I expected to go out first, and so when I got immunity, I thought I would come out second, and then Kez went out second, so I thought, I must go out third, and I think Becky went out third, and that's when I started to think, hang on a minute, maybe something is going on outside that I don't know about.
That moment where she went out and you didn't,
yeah.
I saw that click with you.
Did you? Yeah.
Under your breath, you went, wow.
Yeah. I did. I really thought it was me. I was ready to stand up and go, and it was honestly coming third was just an absolute thrill, and I feel honoured and I feel blessed, and everyone I've met outside has been really kind and lovely. So, who did you vote for, Lucy?
I didn't vote.
Okay, who would you have voted for if you could have done? I bet it was Jamie. I bet it was Jamie, wouldn't it?
No, it would be either you or Toff.
It would have been. It would have been Toff. Toff deserved to win. I'm glad she did so well, and she's going to get lots of work out of it. And good for her, because she's flipping brilliant. Hey, nice one, Lucy. Thanks for calling.
It's okay, thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye. Let's go to line 4. 4, you're on the wireless.
My precious.
Let's go to line 5. 5, you're on the wireless.
Hello?
Hello, line 5.
Oh, hello, Ian. It's the ghost of Hippie Churchill, God rest my soul.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm assuming you don't want to talk to me. You want to talk to Catherine, don't you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Cheers.
Sorry about that. I'm just ringing up to wish you both a very Merry Christmas, and to say how thrilled we all were at your performance in the jungle. It was great.
Oh, you bumlick. You massive bumlicker.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to take you to task over Kung Fu Elliot. I don't buy it at all.
Oh, no,
I didn't. But then when we spoke to them, and then when we found the DVDs, and then when we spoke to him, it's real.
Yeah, this is...
Have you really found... They killed my cat?
Oh, mate, no,
we watched it.
No, you're right. It wasn't they killed my cat. It was this, the hunter. It was the
stalker.
The hunter, the stalker. And I've got it at home somewhere. I will send you. I will tweet a picture of it if I remember. I've got to find it. We found the shop in Halifax, Nova Scotia, that was selling the DVDs, and I bought one of the DVDs.
It's incredible.
Really?
It is real. It is absolutely real. And that was a big turning point where we went, flipping out, I think this whole thing might actually be legit.
Because we both dismissed it.
Yeah. Oh, it's an amazing film. We showed the film, but we showed the Hunter the Stalker, whatever it's called, but we had to take out about 30 minutes, because it's about an hour and a half, and it really does drag quite a lot.
Because he's just enjoying himself.
Yeah, so I edited about 30 minutes out of it and made it quite a tight 50, 60 minutes, and it's
I laughed all the way through it.
It's a nuts movie.
I love bad movies. I really do. Really, really terrible, awful movies. I love them.
Do you know what?
Do you know what? We should maybe do another film ring.
I had... Oh, hang on a minute. Stalker the Hero. Hang on a minute. Oh, no. See, I had it on my computer, and I've got a feeling that... why is that... Oh, I've got a feeling I deleted it. The file's there... Let me see if I can open it with VLC. Hang on a second. But I think I deleted it, the edit. I'm an idiot.
It's incredible.
It's not going to play.
What made you think it wasn't real?
I actually thought he was too good an actor.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It seemed like he was just like quite a good actor, and Linda as well. I thought she's a brilliant actress, and I don't know. Perhaps I'm just too used to seeing things like this is Spinal Tap and other mockumentaries, and I just thought it's got to be.
No, exactly. And you watch it thinking, wow, that is a great spoof. But then when you realise it's real, I mean, you've got to watch it again. Because
exactly.
The situations he gets himself into and allows the cameras to go with him, you know, and like the moment with the girl in the tight catsuit and he's left his mic on. I mean, it's just the stuff of films.
He's touching her up while they're filming.
He's just an outrageous fantasist.
Here's the thing: I've deleted the edit I did, but let me have a little look into it, and I've got plenty of time on my hands. I might do another edit. Why did I delete that? What an idiot!
It's incredible.
I might just put the whole thing up on YouTube until he complains, and I have to take it down. But
he won't know. He don't know what day.
That's a good idea.
I'll put it up on YouTube. There we go. I'll do that.
Excellent. That's great.
All right, up your bum.
Right.
Thank you very much. Ta-ta. 03444991000. I'm Iain Lee. This is Talk Radio.
The wild man of late night radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
I can't get it to work. I had a big clear out of my computer and I deleted it, so that's a pain. But maybe I'll just update. I don't know if I can be bothered to re-edit the whole thing again. I mean, it does drag a bit. But maybe I'll put the whole thing on YouTube and until I get told off by Kung Fu Elliot.
I think he'd be quite pleased people were watching it.
Yeah, maybe.
We'll find out.
We'll see. Last 15 minutes of the show, 03444991000. Call straight to air, kind of slowing down nicely, which is great, because we're all a little bit tired here, and which is a wonderful, perfect way to be at the end of a long week before the weekend's festivities kick off. I didn't say about the magician I saw when I was in Australia. So when I was in lockdown, for the first week, I was in Australia, and they confiscated my phone and my computer as soon as I landed, and I had to stay in a hotel with a chaperone, separate rooms obviously, but a chaperone called Erin, who I think was really bored by the whole thing. And this hotel I was allowed to kind of go out the hotel with her, but there wasn't really a lot to do. There was like a little sort of marina, and there were a couple of restaurants there, but they weren't really that nice. And there was a theatre, but I spent most of the time in my room. But there was a small theatre, right? And it was advertising a big magic show, Matt Hollywood, big magic show, right? So on the Monday that I landed, bearing in mind I've been flying for about 30 hours, so I was out of it. And we walked past this theatre, and I thought, I'm going to go in. So I went in, and Erin stayed outside. And Matt Hollywood, the magician, was there. And I was just out of it, and I went, oh, man, I love magic. Oh, you're the magician. I love magic so much. I might bring my friend to come and see you. When is the show on? Is it on Friday? I might bring my friend, but I might not be allowed to come and see you. I've got to find out if I'm allowed to come and see you, because I'm not really allowed out, but this is great. Thank you so much. Right. So he obviously thought I had, like, learning difficulties, right, and that was my carer, because I was being very loud and over the top, because I was deaf in my ears, and I might not be allowed out, blah, blah, blah. So he was being, that's really great, mate, thanks very much, you know, hopefully you can come and see us on Friday, mate. So I wandered off. Shut up. So I came out, and we had to get permission from the producers to go and see this show, and they said yes, we could go and see it. And I was obviously going to pay. I had to take Erin with me, and I said, right, I'll pay for a ticket, but it's Friday night, something to do. So a couple of days, like Wednesday, we went back to the theatre to buy tickets. There was a young lady, a really young lady, like a girl, selling tickets, and I said, we'd like a couple of tickets for Friday night show, and she went, okay, how do you do an Australian accent? Like that? Okay, then. I can't do an Australian accent. Okay, well, I'll give you a little tour of the theatre. I thought, this is nice. She said, well, this is the box office. I stood there, like the foyer. I went, okay. She pointed to, like, a drinks, big fridge, like, you know, the fridges with the glass door. She went, well, this is the bar. Okay.
She's not moved at this point.
No. Then she comes out and she goes, well, this is the foyer. I said, okay, great. Then she took us into the theatre. It was a really nice little theatre, 200-seater theatre, lovely stage, and like loads of magic equipment on the stage. And she went, this is the... I'm so sorry, this is my first day. Hello! She was getting all breathless, and I went, it's okay. We'll just look around. You get your breath, focus. She went... This is the theatre. We have two prices of tickets. We have the standard price, which is $69. I was thinking, $69. I didn't know the exchange rate, but I thought, that sounds quite a lot.
Yeah.
She says it's $69. Or we have the VIP package. And she said this. I remember she said this. She said, this is the one that most people buy. You get red carpet treatment. You get in early. You get free chocolates. You get waitered staff during the show. And you get a signed lanyard, and that will be $149 each. And I went, okay, well, we're just going to get the cheaper tickets, but thank you very much. And we went out, and then she couldn't work the card machine, and she had to call someone. I had to say, this young lady's doing an excellent job. Brilliant. We're going to get the cheaper tickets. She said, right, well, the show is at 8 o'clock on Friday. No, sorry, the show is at 7 o'clock on Friday. Come here at 6:30 to pick up your tickets. Beautiful. So 6:30, Friday, we rock up, and we get the tickets, and they say, you're in row 4. I thought, row 4, that's good. You know, considering these aren't VIP tickets. Row 4. And they said, could you come back in 10 minutes? We're not ready to let people in yet. I thought, oh, OK, fine. So we went just for a little walk around the marina for 10 minutes. And then we came back and we joined the queue. And then in front of us, there were about 12, 13, 14 people in front of us. OK. So we're queuing up. And then just before 7, we all got let in, right? But we didn't go and sit in the theatre. There were chairs in the foyer, right? There were rows of 5 chairs in the foyer, right? We were in row 4. So we sat in row 4, and I said, Erin said, well, obviously this is going to be like the precursor bit. This will be the pre-show bit, and then we'll go in the theatre. And I said, I think we're going to be sat here for the whole thing, right? So the VIP people, bearing in mind they paid $149 compared to my $69 a ticket, they had bows on the back of their chairs. So the first 3 rows were the VIP rows. And they got like a tiny little bag of like chocolates. And the bar service, or the waiter service, was an old bloke going, does any of you want a drink? We're going to close the bar in 5 minutes. Right? So I sat there, I'm thinking, this is weird, right? So there was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, there were 34 people, right? Okay. And then we had to watch a 12-minute video of footage taken from YouTube, but shown on a huge screen, so it's all pixelated, of Australian television shows and hosts going, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Matt Hollywood, right? And then you'd see this guy walk out, then it would cut to another clip and another, 12 minutes.
Just the intros.
Just the intro. And then loads of stills of him with like Pamela Anderson and stuff, right? And then, this is now about 7:15. And then we watched, then they showed a sketch about football, right? It went on for 5 minutes. It was a sketch about a goalkeeper saving penalties, but with his face, right? And I'm there with Aaron going, this is flipping weird, right? And then suddenly it goes, would you please welcome your magician tonight, Matt Hollywood? And like the screen lifted and Matt Hollywood was there.
Magic.
Well, he wasn't. He kept doing this thing where he'd like make fire come from his fingers, but basically it's a bit of paper, and you could see the bit of paper in it. Anyway, and the whole show was done in the foyer. He'd sold 34 tickets, so the whole show was done in the foyer.
Do you think he'd not made enough to hire the
Well,
theatre?
no, but he had he was the only show that was in the theatre, and he was there all summer. That was like his. I guess it wasn't his theatre, but because in on the stage was like massive soaring women in half type equipment and stuff. And he kept winking to me because he obviously thought I was learning difficulties. And, you know, I love magic, right? I love magic. And we have a great magician, Pete Heat, who comes on from time to time, right? Some of his tricks were quite good. Some of them were really, really rubbish tricks, right? And then there was one where he got Erin up. Right, and she said to me, I hope I don't get picked because I hate that kind of thing. And he got her up for a trick and she was like, oh, God. Okay, you know, and he did this trick where, he had 2 volunteers and he would touch one of the volunteers on the arm while the other person had their eyes closed. And the person with their eyes closed would then be able to go, "Oh, you touched me 3 times on the arm," right? And he'd go, I didn't touch you. And as we came out, Erin said, "I saw how he did that trick. He was touching me, but with like fishing wire, so it wouldn't. It looked like he wasn't touching me, but it was that." And it was the most, like half the tricks I kept leaning over, going, "I know how he did that one." And it was the most uncomfortable magic show I've ever been to in my life.
Wow.
Matt Hollywood. And I was thinking of going on Twitter and going, "Matt, why did you make us sit in the foyer?" And then as we left, he shook my hand. It was like a vicar outside church shaking hands. And I shook his hand. I went, "Nice one, man." And he went, "Mate, I would really have loved to get you up on stage, but we just couldn't fit you in." I'm thinking, there were 34 people everyone else was got up on stage and he did tricks with them. Awful. Really, really poor magic show. Very disappointing. He seemed like a nice guy. Line 1, you're on the wireless. Hello, line 1.
Hello?
Hello, Norfolk. What have you got for us?
Oh, I wanted to call in, and I'm a new listener.
Hey, new listener, thanks.
It's all right. I've been listening since Monday. You said earlier on in the week, give it to the end of the week. And I thought, because I've really enjoyed the show, and I'm really enjoying it. It's brilliant. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Oh, brilliant. Did you enjoy it straight away, or was it a little bit weird and unenjoyable to start with?
No, I enjoyed it straight away.
Oh, wicked. There you go.
But I thought you were brilliant in the jungle as well, so...
Thank you so much. What's your name?
Laura.
Laura. Hey, Laura. Well, listen, I'm so thrilled that that people kind of researched me while I was in the jungle or when I came out and found this radio show, and that you've stuck with it. Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate it.
That's good. Not at all. I'm going to carry on listening. So
nice one.
Brilliant.
Well, nice one. Well, I'm off Monday and Tuesday, but then we're back on Wednesday, and we'll carry on into and whatever. We'll carry on forever for another 2 years anyway. Thank you, Laura.
Okay.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too. What nice people. So much better than our old callers. I'm joking. It's a joke. Line 2, you're on the wireless.
Hello.
Hello, line 2. You're on the radio.
Hiya. I'm a new listener as well.
Hey, nice one. Thank you.
And I have loved Ant and Dec for so many years, and I just wondered, how they were in person, and if you got to see them much.
You don't get all pretty much every encounter I had with them you saw on TV. They don't. They do their bit, and then they disappear, and that's that. So but I always found them. I think they're brilliant, right? And I always found them really, really funny, and they were really charming, and they did their best to make me feel at ease. And they made a few jokes about the tension in the camp. The only time I got to speak to them off camera was when I was doing that high wire thing, 100 feet in the air, and we used to have to sit in tents before we went off to do it, and they stuck their head in. They went, "All right, Iain, how's it going?" And I said, "Yeah, it's going all right. I think this is a heights thing, and I hate heights." And Ant said, "How can you hate heights? You're 6'8". And they just bundled off giggling and laughing. And I think Ant and Dec are two of the most talented people on British television, and I never got over the shock of standing in front of them and thinking, "But you're Ant and Dec."
Yeah, that would be me. They're amazing.
They were lovely. Hey, listen, you've taken us very nicely to the end of the show, so thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Have a lovely Christmas. Bye-bye.
You too.
There we go. What a lovely couple of calls to end on. Catherine, thank you so much.
Thank you.
A lovely Christmas. Are you in Wednesday? I'm in Wednesday.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Dear listener, thank you so much. Don't forget there's podcasts to keep you entertained. Simon, thank you so much for the last couple of days. We will be back on Wednesday, at 10 o'clock, doing the usual things. The calls are normally a little bit quiet over Christmas, so we'll have plenty of nonsense. Have a lovely Christmas, and we'll speak to you on Wednesday. Ta-ta!